Snyder is regarded as one of the front-runners to succeed Brian Goorjian as Boomers head coach. Now checking 5AA traffic.
G'day there at Dry Creek. Got a crash involving a truck and a car. It's on Port Wakefield Road near Goldsborough Road. Got a few delays there at the moment too. FIVEAA crash, Main South Road near Hillier Road. And got a burst water main causing big delays at St Mary's. Alice Road closed just at South Road near Adrian and Bryan's. Super slow there at the moment. To and down under, up through the beautiful Barossa today around Tanunda. Look out for detours and delays. And got a camera at Jetty Road, Larks Bay. The Tucson Hybrid by Hyundai is now available. Visit Hyundai.com.au or your local showroom today to find out more. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Mostly sunny this afternoon, partly cloudy tomorrow, 26, the same on Friday, 28, and 31 on Saturday. Right now it's 27 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight, calls for police to crack down on raids on Adelaide bottle shops. The key medications running out at pharmacies across the nation. A big change to Qantas frequent flyer points. Why you might need to hoard more. The real amount of super needed for a comfortable retirement. And why more South Aussie kids are no longer walking to school. 9 News. Your news, night at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA. The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey.
I am flabbergasted.
And Timmy G.
Absolute sports festival.
Good afternoon on a massive Wednesday night for sport. Highmarsh Stadium set for another bumper crowd. A scintillating top 2 blockbuster is just hours away, and our last Aussie standing at Melbourne Park is fronting up against world number 1. The ingredients for an action-packed night. Rowey, Timmy G, good evening.
Yes, on the back of a sensational night at Adelaide, I was going to say Adelaide Oval, the Australian Open. Incredible scenes there with Djokovic and Alcaraz. We'll get to that shortly. But also today, Sam Welsford added stage 2 to his stage 1 win at Tanunda in the Santos Tour Down Under. It's all happening here in Adelaide as I welcome Stephen Rowe.
Yeah, big night tonight for you.
It is, isn't it? It's huge.
Yeah.
Got the Reds tonight. Yes.
Top of the table.
It's a top of the
1v2.
table clash. If they defeat Auckland, they will go 4 points ahead. They're 1 point ahead at the moment. So in a lot of these games, they've been able to sort of eke out a draw or something like that. But I reckon this one, they really want to get under the belt and just say, no, we're the real deal.
And I see they signed Klompy while he's training.
Yes, which is
so
good.
Start of the week.
Exciting.
No, there's nothing to look at here in the old transfer window. But next minute, a KLOMP arrives.
Well, I don't mind it either.
I love it.
And you know what? I think tonight too, because both teams have had a really short preparation. To be able to get up for tonight, they've got the long journey over from Auckland to come over.
No excuses.
We've got a lot of young players. I think that's going to come into tonight's game. And also the rotation of those, which Carl Viet does very well. So we'll have Bruce Jeté on later on, have a bit of a chat about that.
One of my favourites, Brucey boy.
Such a great bloke to talk to, but he knows so much about the game, it's not funny. So he'll get into that, and it'll be a sensational one. But Carl Viet, well, he's pretty keen to get this one. He knows how good they are, but he's keen to get this one under the belt.
It's something that we've been working on. They're a very good side defensively, well organised. So look, it's going to be a big battle, and it's going to need every player to stand up.
Yes, and I think they will. It'll be a great game. Looking forward to ripping down to Cooper Stadium tonight. We've got Dimon on tonight. He's playing Yannick Sinner. Now, he hasn't beaten him. 0-9 is his record against him.
Could not possibly beat him 10 straight.
Well, this is the big question.
That was reverse the curse.
Reverse the curse. I like it. But I think he knows he's the underdog, but I reckon he's liking it.
A lot depends on when we play, whether it's day or night. That's completely 2 different matches and 2 different ways of playing him, and get ready for a battle from the very first point till the last.
Hope so.
Always will be with Alex. A fit Alex just gives you everything he's got. And I think he can take it up to him. Yannick didn't look that great after that heat exhaustion he experienced in his game. So there's an advantage there that he might be able to take. So looking forward to seeing some of that.
I'm tipping a win.
I'm going to make sure it's on on one of the screens at
Come on,
the
Alex.
Cooper Stadium anyway, so I'll keep an eye on it. But it was an amazing game last night. Djokovic v Alcaraz. You painted it up into a really big night, and rightfully so.
Watched the first set. Thought Carlos had it in the bag. Esro goes 9-9. Wake up the morning. First thing I did was get on Twitter, and guess who won?
He won. And the thing
Joker.
about this win was he looks like he twinged an adductor just towards the end of the first set. He had some time out at the end of that first set, came back.
He's good at doing that.
But what he did, and he is good at it, I wrote down here, you can't buy experience.
Nah.
He got inside Alcaraz's head,
did.
and he was able to manipulate that game and put it back on his terms. It was a win for the ages, and you just can't buy it. Here he is himself saying it was a cracker.
You know, I just wish that this match today was finals. Honestly, I just want one of the most epic matches I've played on this court, on any court, really.
Yeah, it was very, very happy with it. But I reckon this next bit is the grab that I reckon says all about the mental toughness of Djokovic.
You know, I saw that Carlos, was hesitant a little bit from back of the court, and, I took my chances and started to feel better, started to move better. So it didn't bother me, it didn't create any hindrance towards the end of the match, only in that second set. And obviously when the medications start to release, I'll see what the reality is.
Yeah, so he's got, I think, till Friday to recover. And if it's an adductor, he probably get some work on that. He'd probably be all right. I reckon 2 years ago, he had some sort of niggle and they were saying, will he be able to finish this match? Yeah, he did. He won it. Will he be able to finish this match? Yeah, he did. He won it. All the way through, and he won the championship. So
He does that all the time. He's a hypochondriac.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to go back a bit. Djokovic said that he wished this was the final.
Yeah.
Is that a bit of a backhanded slap to Yannick Sinner and other contenders?
No, I reckon.
I wish this was the final.
I think he's saying it was worthy of a final. It was worthy of a final,
okay.
yeah. And
So
it's the sort of game that sometimes you get, I reckon, and we would know this in our own game, sometimes you get finals like a prelim that ends up better spectacle than the actual grand final.
Yeah,
and I
fair
reckon that's probably where he was going with that comment. So I like the way you're trying to manipulate it into some negative.
No. But he has an art form of doing that. Now, if I was in Sinner's camp, I'd play that on loop. Hey, he reckons he's better than us. He reckons that should have been the final. Let's show him.
You're looking for a motivation, which is understandable, but Sinner's got to get past Diminor.
Yes, he does. Come on, Alex.
That's a big one. Come on, Alex Diminor. We want that to happen, no doubt. Well played, though. And I know there was a lot of the commentators, Leighton Hewitt, Darren Cahill, Todd Woodbridge, they were all so impressed with that win. I think they now believe that he's good enough to keep doing it again. Can he win 11?
Well, that's as good as probably Carlos can play at his young age with experience.
I think
and Novak beat him again.
He got confused.
He's going to make his 11th.
Alcaraz's inexperience showed up where he thought, I'll try
Yeah.
and run him around now. Stopped his natural game.
Did.
And that's what mixed that up. And
Goodness.
All due credit, as you say. No doubt about
To
that.
Djokovic, he's a star.
I know it's early. A little bit of footy came out, and we'll be speaking with Jordan Sweet soon after the break and getting an update on Port Adelaide. But Josh Worrell was in front of the audience today, the presser, and one comment he made, I just thought, on the back of your little summarisation last night about where the Crows are at right at this moment, this added some weight to it.
Yeah, exciting for the club. I think it's exciting for us to watch it. He's an amazing player, and hopefully he can really come into his own this year. He's hopefully put himself in good stead to do that.
He's saying once again he's having a good pre-season. He's running. He didn't get the start last year.
No.
Because of injury, he didn't get the start. We didn't see what could have been the emergence of him, and I think Crows fans can be rightfully feeling robbed about that moment.
Yeah.
If he's right and he starts round one, it goes back to your theory about how you line up and what impact that can have early.
Well, I still think I'd rather see him be the ruckman that goes forward than a forward that can play in the ruck. I'd start him in the ruck.
Would you say that?
I'm ready to load this kid up with a brand new look midfield. I spoke about it yesterday with the young kids coming through, and back him in. Don't panic, back him in. They're going to have ups and downs, I get that. But Riley Thilthorpe is this club's new barometer. If he can have the year of the potential we know he can, because he has moments where you think, who could stop that? And then he gets injured. If he can be sound, Here you go. This is a ridiculous comment, but I'm good at them. I think Matty Nix's future is hitched to this lad's wagon this year, and the midfield. There you are.
All right. We'll make sure the toe ball's
Hitched
attached.
to it. Well, yeah.
Tighten it up.
And put the safety on.
Yeah, put that safety chain on.
And do what James didn't do on the weekend.
Uh-oh.
Plug it into the car so your indicators
lights
work. Come on.
That's important.
Come on, Timmy.
We'll be back after the break.
We certainly will. And some breaking news around the Carlton Football Club as well, just for those fans.
Well,
Luke Sayers has been cleared by the AFL of any wrongdoing with that lewd photo scandal, which has been going on for a couple of weeks now.
He got spiked. He got spiked, did he?
No, hacked.
He's
What do you
been
call
hacked.
Hacked.
So he's on Twitter, which
Correct.
is X.
They hacked his account.
Somebody hacked it,
posted out a photo.
A lewd photo, was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
And it went out to somebody that was tagged.
Correct.
So I'm learning all these terms.
Yeah.
You are.
You're doing
And they've
well.
investigated it.
Yep.
And he's been cleared because he was hacked
He
Well-
wasn't him.
by
But-
some Russian or some Chinese or
The irony
we
of that
don't
is nothing to see here, but there was.
oh yeah.
But the other news that comes with it is that he has immediately stepped down as Carlton president as well. That is
Hello.
official by the Carlton Football Club. So there will be a couple of people, Robert Priestley and Katie Kinnersley, rather, who are going to assume the roles of co-presidents for now, but
So, not guilty.
will step down.
But walks.
down.
He has released a statement. We might get to that shortly once we read through it and
Okay.
see what it says.
That's
big.
saucy.
Bit going down at the Carlton Football Club as we speak. Coming up on the show at 4:15, we have Valtteri Bottas and Tiffany Cromwell live in the studio. So some Formula One and cycling royalty in with us. Port Adelaide's Jordan Sweet's going to join us after the break. Where are they now? Coming up, Brucey Gitte live from Coopers Stadium, and more tickets to the 36ers on Sunday. Your calls next as well, 8223 0000.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
From the beach to the bush and everywhere in between, there's no dream too big and no track too tough for AusTrack campers. Check them out today.
AusTrack campus.
New year, new day, new Hyundai. Do not miss your chance to start the year on a high during Wayville Hyundai's 2024 plate clearance. On now, but must end January 31. Change the way you Hyundai at Wayville Hyundai.
The 72-hour surprise sale is now on at Qantas. Plan your 2025 getaway with flights across Australia on sale for 72 hours only. Recharge on a tropical island, explore a new city, or escape for the ultimate outback adventure. Book your sale fare or Classic Plus flight reward today and experience the Qantas difference for less. Hurry, sale ends January 23 unless sold out prior. You must be a Qantas frequent flyer to earn and use Qantas points. Conditions apply.
Big news! The famous Grundy's shoe store at Glenelg is renovating, and with less room at the temp store, just a few more steps down Jetty Road, Grundy's Shoes Glenelg is having a huge clearance sale. Head to 102 Jetty Road Glenelg from today and enjoy up to 60% off your favourite brands like Cabello, Ziera, Ara, Birkenstock, Echo, Frankie 4 and many more. Save up to 60% at the huge Grundy Shoes Glenelg clearance sale. Visit Grundy Shoes Glenelg and step into the new year in style and comfort. Grundy Shoes Glenelg, 102 Jetty Road.
Our homes tell the story of our lives, of family gatherings and everyday moments. If home is where you want to grow older, then let My Care Solution assist you. We can provide support with everyday tasks to help you to live independently in your own home, surrounded by the people you love. Because if home is where you want to be, then let us help you stay there. Contact us to learn about our new client offer, available for a limited time. Search My Care Solution today.
Hi, it's David Penberthy here with Martin Penny from Paint Professionals. Is it true that your dad actually painted for the royal family?
Yes, my father was handpicked to paint the Queen's bedroom, Charles and Di's honeymoon suite. Whether you're in Wayville or Morfett Vale or Springfoot or Glenelg, it really doesn't matter. To us, everybody deserves that same treatment.
So get your whole home painted or just a room. Get in touch like we did with Marty and his incredible team at Paint Professionals. Visit paintprofessionals.com.au. Paint Professionals, brush with the best.
When you buy Fluorio Milk Company milk, you're pretty much buying direct from the farmer. We bottle it and send it straight to the supermarket. We deliver it ourselves too. It means we can give SA dairy farmers the best possible price per litre. So when you buy Fluorio milk, you're supporting SA dairy farmers and their families. Plus, your money stays here in SA. And in these times, that's good for all of us. Look for the local in your supermarket. Fluorio Milk Company. We're for SA dairy farmers.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back at 19 after 4. Jordan Sweet from Port Adelaide to join us in about a minute's time. Valtteri Bottas and Tiffany Cromwell are going to join us live in studio at 4:30. So if you're a Formula One fan or anyone in cycling, you'd know Tiffany or Valtteri. That's an absolute treat for us very shortly. Let's check your traffic.
At West Hindmarsh, a crash, North South Motorway near Grange Road, Dry Creek, a truck v car smash on Port Wakefield Road near Goldsborough Road, and at Morpeth Vale, another collision, Main South Road near Hillier Road. St Mary's Road closed due to a burst water main. That's Aleph Road near South Road and Adrian Bryant's. And got a camera at Warner Road at Semaphore. What a way to celebrate summertime at Faster Pasta. Try a delicious crab linguine or a full of flavour prawn and mango salad. Celebrate summertime deliciously at Faster Pasta. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Well, Port Adelaide had a 2024 season, finished in top 4, and this man was a big part of it. After a breakthrough season, he played 17 games and took the number 1 ruck spot as his own. That is Jordan Sweet we're talking about. He's preparing for a bigger 2025. Welcome, Jordan. How are you?
Good, Thomas. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Excellent, mate. Excellent. Now, we're talking about preparing and all the rest of it. I believe you've done every session so far, and you're fighting fit and looking good.
Yeah, well, I've tried to stay fit as I possibly can, and I think I've done that. And I'm out in the park every session trying to tick the box and get the job done. So, I'm feeling pretty good.
You've had a big off-season, though, mate. You got married, and I do have to apologise. I inadvertently crashed your Bucks night and your weddings night. So I ran into him both times. I don't know how or why, but we didn't we, big fella?
There's a coincidence there, isn't there?
But all went well, mate. It looked like you were happy.
It was a great Christmas period, I guess. And obviously have Christmas, and then I had my Bucks the week after that, and then the wedding the week after that. So it was a great period for myself, and I got to spend time with a whole lot of bunch of friends and family who I haven't seen for a while as well, like my old doggies mates who come over to the wedding, and then mates I hung around here with. So it was a great period.
Well done, mate.
Well done.
Hey, we've heard about you completing those sessions and the like. What about match play drills? And I know that you do a fair bit of that these days. Have they varied at all this pre-season compared to last?
I think we're doing a bit less of match sim this time around. Obviously last year was my first year. We did a fair bit last year compared to this year. Whether that's designed to be that way, I'm not too sure, but I think it's a bit different.
Jordan, are you more settled, or do you feel more adjusted to coming into your second year with Port?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel a lot more comfortable out on the track and playing. That's for sure. I mean, I don't have to think about what's needed in the game plan and stuff like that. It just comes naturally now, which is great. So I feel comfortable at the level that I can compete and take it to the most big men around the league. So I feel pretty comfortable with where I'm at.
You certainly do that.
Still scratching and itching to get more out of myself.
Yeah, well done. The club favoured Ivan Solder early last year after round 6. You were there, man. You took it by both hands. Do you feel you're still their number one, or you feel you still have to fight for that spot? Do you think you've earned it?
No, nothing's earned in life. Things are earned in your life, but not given to you. So, I mean, I've still got this whole pre-season to earn that number one ruck spot because everything restarts because it's the new year. So once them boys come back from rehab training and integrate into full training, it's definitely on for that number one ruck spot. That's for sure.
Do you think they'll play 2 ruck? There's no Charlie. Will you play 2 ruck, Jordan? Is that the model?
I think there can be times for it. That's for sure. I mean, I'll leave that up to Ken, but I don't see why not.
Hey, Sweetie, when you're playing, who sort of is a ruckman in the competition that you go, yeah, I'm going to have to work hard to beat this bloke. There's something about him. Jared Witts is about 8 foot tall. He's obviously got his issues as far as competing against. But is there some others that are just more difficult?
Witts doesn't get enough credit. I don't think he's a long ruck. But no, obviously there's Max Dawn, who's easily the best ruck in the league.
Yeah, right.
I think, personally. He's real hard to match up because he moves really well, marks the ball contestedly and uncontestedly really well. He's ruck craft elite. He's a heavy fella, so I found his match-up probably in the back half of the year really hard, and I was nearly like a tagging role that day, so... Yeah, I mean, Tristan Jerry also is like a really strong athlete, so yes, there's a couple that are pretty challenging, that's for sure.
Yeah, no easy games. Hey, this year, I think our forward line could have an unpredictability about it. Not only how we move the ball in there, but who will line up there. So there's a lot of options in there, and I would imagine the way you've been training and the like, with seeing a couple of different faces in there, would be exciting.
Yeah, exactly right. We've seen a lot of combinations already going through match sim, what could be the starting six and so on, but I'm not going to give too much away, but it looks pretty flexible at the moment, that's for sure.
What about DBJ? Training as a forward, or is he training as a defender?
No, he's still forward. He's still a good pressure forward. He's really good at what he does. But we've got a lot of them now, which is good. And Joey Barry, I reckon, is really impressing as a good pressure forward, and he gets up pretty high and works hard back to goal. So he's going to be really exciting for this year. As well as, obviously, we got pretty much a new recruit in Pep coming back. So that'll be really exciting once he's back out in the field for round one. So that'll be really exciting to have him back, because he's a real barometer for our team. So I think our small forwards are really healthy, and it's going to be really good competition in that sense, I reckon.
Was that his first full session, Sam? Was he doing everything?
Yeah, I think today and Monday it was pretty well full, other than obviously he's got that pink cap, so...
Yeah, okay.
No contact to him, so... so I'd say he's doing all the loads, so which is good. Great.
Oh, God, he led to your team, Jordan. Hey, what are the other lads that are impressing you? Give us a couple of names.
Like I said, Joe Barry is really impressing me, how hard he works. He gets up and down the ground pretty well, and he's rapidly quick, so he's really impressing me. Who else have we got here? Rat's been a really good leader, I reckon. He's come in and had a nice edge to leadership to him, which is really good. I think we need that down back, so that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So, I think them two have pretty stood out to me.
Good one. Hey, last year, I know we worked really hard in pre-season on our goal kicking, and I know Chad was probably pulling his hair out at times in season 24. Yep. What focus have we had on it this time as far as trying to get that right? Because I think we were, unfortunately, at 42%, which was like the worst in the AFL. So what have we... Because sometimes it gets inside your head. As much as you work on it, it can sometimes you can work too hard.
Yeah, I think we've done a fair bit. Between drills now, I think we're doing it under fatigue, which is something we didn't do last year. We're doing under fatigue, set shot for goals and on the run goals and snaps and stuff like that. So I'm really putting a price on having a shot at goal when fatigued. So I'm hoping that works for us, and we can turn that percentile up a bit.
Yeah,
get a bit above 50%. That'd be good.
Beautiful, mate. All right, well, not too far away, about 30-odd days before you play a game. So
all the best,
mate. Stay fit, stay healthy, and we'll see you then.
Thanks, fellas. Enjoy.
See you, Geordie. That's Jordan Sweet, Port Adelaide ruckman.
Yeah, he'll have a ripper year. God, I like how he goes about his business. We've got some special guests here before we go to the break. Unique home-style food text. This is from Maria Albanese, and I would need to know that it is a woman that sends all these, because she's getting quite prolific with her commentary.
Yes.
Is it Maria Albanese? At one stage last night, Alcaraz opened his mouth, and I thought I was watching racing.com. So what does Maria mean by that? He's got a mouth on him like a horse?
Not sure.
No idea where Maria's going with
Maria,
that. But
please
thanks
explain.
for your contribution. We have special guests coming in after the 4:30 headlines. Formula One driver Valtteri Bottas is here. He's basically Australian-owned now. We like to claim him. And Adelaide's own Olympic cyclist Tiffany Cromwell is here as well. They've officially launched Oath Gin. We're going to speak to them after the headlines.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
There's been something like 15 of these attacks now.
David Penberthy.
Chris Minns is the New South Wales Labor Premier, I think. The rest of them should take a leaf out of that guy's book, because he's called this for what it is, the hatred of Jews.
Will Goodings.
And it goes to to the top. And I think any other point in the last 20 years would have just been called a series of terrorist attacks.
5AA Breakfast.
Lefties tie themselves in knots going, oh, it's complicated.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
No, it's not bloody complicated.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Getting a little crazy. Look here. Look, shorty got back. Should I ask her for a dance? Hold on, there's too many in the wolf pack.
The all-electric Kia EV5 with built-in cooled storage and long-range option with up to 555 kilometres of range. The Kia EV5. Visit kia.com.au to find out more.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Dockside Festival returns this Feb at the historic Hearts Mill in Port Adelaide. Over 2 vibrant days, this free family event celebrates the Port River with water sports and live music on the wharf. Dive into interactive workshops, the best street food, plus creative installations showcasing the area's thriving art scene with exhibits, performances and local makers. Mark it on the calendar. Dockside Festival 8th and 9th of Feb. Celebrate the port, the river and its people. docksidefestival.com.au.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. Police are trying to follow a trail of money as they investigate whether criminals may have been paid to carry out recent anti-Semitic attacks. Qantas has announced changes to its frequent flyer system. More than 100 athletes, including 6 Australians, have complained to the IOC after the medals they received in Paris started disintegrating. And in sports, Sam Welsford has made it 2 wins in 2 days at the Tour Down Under. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At West Hindmarsh, look out for a crash, the north-south motorway near Grange Road. Dry Creek, another crash there, truck v car. Port Wakefield Road near Goldsborough Road. And St Mary's Road closed due to a burst water main. That's Ayless Road near South Road and the Crescent just near Adrian Bryans. Busy South Road, Edwardstown with cameras Hargrave Street, Birkenhead and Jetty Road, Lakes Bay. Expect compliments this summer with Mercedes-Benz. Save with complimentary GSC on the all-electric EQE and EQS. Visit them today. Limited time. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, clear tonight down to 16, partly cloudy tomorrow 26. Right now it's 27 degrees. We'll have more news at 5 and as it happens on 5AA.
Get the garden you want at Garden Grove with everything from the ground up. Plants and instant lawn, mulches, soils and bark, landscape and building materials, hardware, pavers and more. There's a playground for the kids while you enjoy coffee or lunch in the cafe. Garden Grove, Golden Grove Road, Golden Grove. Open 7 days. Phone 8251 1111 for delivery to your area.
Garden Grove, the garden that I want.
I'm high! Who's that, mate?
The Excelsior Hotel has always felt like home. And for seniors, it's always been great value with 20% discount on selected bistro meals. Yep, 20% off. Feeding the whole family? Bring them all Saturday or Sunday for live acoustic music from 5 p.m. And kids eat free. Some conditions apply. The Excelsior Hotel feels like home, but better. You just know it's a Barreau Hotel.
The big tour sale is here with Trafalgar and Phil Hoffman Travel, so you can make 2025 a big deal. Save up to $2,200 per couple on the biggest range of top trending tours to incredible destinations. Live La Dolce Vita on the Best of Italy tour, from ancient Rome to Renaissance Florence, over 13 days, from $6,419 per person twin share. Tour differently with Trafalgar. Visit pht.com.au.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Welcome back at 27 minutes to 5. Where are they now? Coming up at 5 o'clock tonight. Bruce Jitte is going to be live from Cooper Stadium as well, with our Reds taking on Auckland FC in a top-of-the-table clash later on this evening. But if you're not on the Foodland live stream right now, we're on Facebook and YouTube. You'll want to hop on. Some very special guests are here with us.
Foodland live stream, you'll hear this on air.
Oh, that was good.
Great gin, and I've just poured myself some. Valtteri Bottas is here, as well as, well, our very own Olympic cycling star from Adelaide, Tiffany Cromwell. Welcome, you two legends.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oath Gin.
Bloody oath, mate.
Stop it.
Oh, lucky you didn't say the other one.
No, you said Kenoth.
Yeah.
So Tiff's taught you.
Yeah, I'm learning Australian.
Yeah,
He needs you to understand me.
Well, you've got a real accent now.
Yeah, I've lived abroad too long, so mine's kind of a bit... And I work with all nationalities, so if I talk full Australian, they don't understand me.
Don't they?
No.
Is it the speed at which we speak at? Yes, I've heard that's been an issue.
So Oath Gin, everyone loves gin. Everyone loves gin. So what got you into gin? We'll start with you, Valtteri.
Yeah, so when we met each other, that's about 5 years ago now, we found quite soon that one common interest was gin.
Gin?
Yeah, and we travel a lot. We always tried different ones, started collecting. And the love for gin came to that point that, one day out on the deck, sitting, sipping gin, it became to the point that we got to make our own.
Okay.
Like, let's try and... Straight or with gin tonic?
Gin and tonic.
Yeah.
And a good tonic too. Don't be wasting it with the,
No, there's some tonics they should be illegal,
hey, the minute I opened it and poured myself a glass...
you can drink that straight, it's nice.
You can hear that on the 15 light stream, you can.
Yeah.
It's got a beautiful smell
Aroma,
about it. I think I could smell aroma's the word. Apple. Yes?
Yeah, exactly. So the story, or what we want to create with our gin, was a product that represented both Valtteri and myself, Finland and Australia. And we're like, how do we merge the two cultures? Like, obviously, I was born in Stirling. We're quite famous for our Adelaide Hill apples.
Correct.
So that was, the flavour profile. And then Valtteri actually has a family farm in Finland, and they produce oats. So now distillery is super creative. He basically started doing moonshine at 13 years old and has developed his craft from there. And
Gee whiz. And then you got an F1 car.
I've always thought I've liked you.
Wow.
Stop it. Moonshine. 100%, 50, 56, 58.
I think it was the strongest you can get, really.
Okay.
And fueled the car, probably. Tiff, just vacuum distilled. Can you explain the process that's different to, say, the normal gins?
Yeah, so vacuum distillation is a newer technique that's kind of been developed. I think our distillery was one of the first who kind of played around with it. So it's a mechanical device that allows you to distill at lower temperatures, because traditionally distillation is done at 78 degrees. I just learnt this because we were quizzed the other night at our launch.
Right.
But utilising a grain like oat, normally you can't do that because then it becomes porridge. So through vacuum distillation, they're able to distill at a much lower temperature, and then that allows you to use the oats as your part of your base for your alcohol, and then that's giving you the super smooth, crisp taste, because that's what we wanted. We wanted purity, but saying it's good enough to sip or taste great as a gin and tonic.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
that's
can
the
vouch for
uniqueness there, and of course, play on words with the oath, being the oat inside there, like that. Well played. But what makes it, I suppose, with that ability to be able to bring the temperatures down, you're allowed to use the oats. Who come up with sliced apple peels? Who said we're going to put that in?
Yeah, so that was our distiller. Like we said, we just gave him the brief. We want it to represent us. We want something from Australia, something from Finland. We would have loved to bring the apples from South Australia, but, costs, and they wouldn't be fresh by the time they make it to Finland. They've used Finnish apples, but so that's why we say it's inspired by that.
Okay.
And we also want something unique. Like there's, I don't know how many apple gins out there, but very few. Like Australia is a lot of citrus. In Finland, you get a lot of berry gins. Every country kind of has their staple flavour profiles, and we just wanted something a bit more unique.
Yeah, and in the Finnish forests, there's some pretty cool botanicals as well that you rarely find in any other place. So we think that's pretty cool.
Where can we buy it? And was this bottle given to me? Because I've given it a hell of a nudge just sitting here.
You have
Do I have to give it
actually,
back? But where can we buy it? Is it online?
So finally launched it in Australia. Online is oathgin.com, and then there's the Australian website on the top, and from there you can buy it. Our friends at Ambleside Distillers in Hahndorf were kind enough to kind of distribute the gin for us over here.
Well, we've got that, and we'll put it online as well with our Twitter account, get people to buy
And you can also visit the crew at Ambleside at their cellar door or distillery, and then also buy it up there. And also try some of their gin, because they do some great gin as well.
That is a great gin, Timmy. Have you had a mouthful yet? You
Oh,
want to have
yeah,
some of mine?
absolutely. Poured it straight
Get
out.
it down your tonsils.
Before we even got on air.
Rattle Gravel this Friday, the second year, Tiff.
Yeah, this is obviously I've just finished racing the Women's Santos Tour Down Under on the road.
Yes.
We had a great race with my Canyon Trams on the crypto team. Now it moves to gravel. This is our we own the race with a business partner, and it's where Valtteri gets to put on the lycra and go racing too. And we're excited. There's a lot of buzz about it. It's an event that brings professionals and amateurs together, and it's a great community event. So I think, it's all taking shape. We have our first associate events today with some group rides, tomorrow a budgie ride, and the big day on Friday.
Great. Can I call you Val?
You
feel like I
can.
know you.
Yeah.
Val,
He's had 2 gins and he thinks he knows.
I'm going to have a third. Hey, you got a tattoo on your leg. What is that?
It says what's next.
So what is next?
What's next?
Yeah. What's next for you?
What is next? I don't know.
You don't care?
Yeah. It's a question once I knew that I didn't have a full-time drive for next year, I kept asking, and everyone's asking as well, so that's why I got the tattoo. I was like, what's next?
Oh, well, you just point to your leg. Hey, Mercedes, what's next?
Exactly.
Who are the other 2 roosters you're driving with? I've not heard their names. You're better than them.
George Russell.
Oh, I know
And
him.
it's a new guy called Kimi Antonelli.
Okay.
He's supposed to be the next superstar.
Do you think he is?
Time will show.
Time will show. It's getting a bit boring, F1s. That rooster
Max.
from around the corner
Really?
from you, Max, just keeps winning.
End of last year it was getting pretty interesting.
was.
Yeah. McLaren in the end they won the constructors.
Yep.
So I think your guy Oscar should have a good chance.
He is very good, isn't he?
Yes,
Good bloke
yes.
as well.
He is.
Oh, that's the main thing.
We've lost Dan now. We used to love Dan.
Yeah, he's a good man.
He's a good man. You good friends with him?
Yeah, good friends. Sometimes I've shared a glass of red wine with him.
Yes.
He loves it as well. So
We have to give him an oath gin now. He'd get right into that.
Definitely.
Now, I do like that tattoo for the message, what's next, because you two are incredibly busy. I mean, what sort of a calendar are you able to put together and cross paths? That's probably the thing that's been probably a challenge. And to do things like the Rattle Gravel and the Oath Gin and the like. Tiff, it must be a busy life.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it's a lot of spinning plates and trying to keep them spinning. But in terms of actually seeing each other, you'd be surprised. We see a lot more of each other than what you may think. Both our personalities is, yes, we give 100% to our sports, but then we also love adventure and traveling. So I've been fortunate that when I've had time from my racing, if Valtteri is racing, I've been able to travel with him, take my bike, do my training, and be there supporting him. And sometimes there's gaps where we're like, okay, we're in America, we can go do some altitude training between races. So we've been really creative with kind of overlapping our calendars, which means we actually get quite a lot of days together. And things like now is his holiday period, and it helps. He likes to ride his bike, so then he comes and follows me around. And in my holiday period in November time is when he has his flyaways. But yeah, with all the other projects we have going on, we're fortunate we have some really great teams around us that kind of each project has a different team. So we're part of all of them, but then they help us a lot, with the heavy lifting, and that makes a big difference.
Notice you were guests of Adelaide United in the big game against Melbourne last Saturday. Of course, we got up 3-2. What did you think of the game? And I actually thought the standard was pretty good.
Yeah, well, Tiff wasn't there.
I was busy doing my job.
We had a good evening. It was a good game, actually, my first game over here. And I was surprised about I heard about the friction between Melbourne and Adelaide teams, but seeing it physically, a fight at the back of the grandstand, police getting involved, was entertaining.
Oh, yeah. That's how they say hello.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Now, is there a budgie smuggler ride tomorrow?
Oh, there is a budgie smuggler ride tomorrow. If you want
Do
to
you know
join,
what a budgie smuggler is?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've got
You wear 'em?
I've got
He's
two
got
pairs.
multiple.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a budgie smuggler, man.
Well, not now.
Do you have a pair?
Well, look at me.
We don't need that.
I'd have the big bullnose veranda over the tool shed and it wouldn't be good. I mean, I'm nearly 60.
It's okay. You've got the confidence. So.
Yeah. So what is that? Tell us about that.
It's we want to keep this gravel event fun. It's not like professional road cycling. It's a fun event, so that's why we do activations like this. So yeah, we're gonna meet in the TDU village at 9:30 tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Right to the beach, to the Mostly Beach Club, and
Cool.
just have a fun,
Well, that's
fun
me.
morning.
Yeah.
And then have some oath at the other end.
Exactly.
Well, why can't I do that?
Well, you can. Anyone can
Yeah, but not in
join.
budgie smugglers. What if you're a bit shy like Timmy and I and...
We had some people like that
Boardies?
last year, so it's fine.
Yeah, boardies,
anyone is welcome.
lycra, anything goes.
So what's better? I know this is Rattle Gravel. It's the second year on Saturday. What's better to fall on, gravel or bitumen?
Ooh, neither.
Neither, exactly. I would say bitumen because it's cleaner. gravel, it's really dirty to clean cuts.
Yeah.
I can talk from experience. But I just say try keep 2 wheels rubber side up.
That is a good point. Who's better up a hill? Who's the climber
Tiff
this
is better
morning?
up the hill.
She flogs you, Val.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I have weight advantage.
on the way down, I've got the
You would
gravity
too,
advantage.
because anyone that drives F1 have a big set of couillons. You know what that means.
Yeah.
So you'd come down with no brakes, I reckon, Val.
I think I'm okay descending.
He is pretty decent.
I don't really have fear, but also on the bike, I don't want to hurt myself because if I would, then my employer would say, okay, no more cycling.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's
what are you doing?
Gotta be a little bit cautious.
We've had a question come through on our Unique Homestyle Foodlands live stream. How's Lewis Hamilton going to go with Ferrari? I think that's going to add some spice to F1 this year. Your opinion?
I think for everyone, it's going to be interesting to follow. I think
Yes.
for Lewis himself, it's a nice new chapter in his career.
Yes.
It's something refreshing. So
Yep.
it's going to be a big motivation for him. And being alongside him for 5 years, I think he still definitely got it. And
Yes.
now he's really motivated. So going to be good to watch.
Okay. Who's a better driver over their career? Can you say that between him and Max? Pick one.
I would say Lewis at his peak, and seeing
Okay.
his work right next to him. I would say him. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow. Gee, that's good, isn't it?
That's a good rating, no doubt about that. I don't think you're old enough, but we used to have the F1 here at Adelaide.
Oh, plenty of people told him that.
Yeah,
Everybody
It was
tells him
best
how
in
we're
the
bitter
world.
that Melbourne stole it.
Well, I think at the time we probably let it go.
No, it got pinched off us.
If we wanted to hold it, we
They
probably
cut our
could
lunch,
have.
Val.
But the thing was, it was such an
Victorians.
for people who didn't grow up with F1. It was an amazing event that Adelaide did so well, and that's the thing. You see how well the TDU's
Exactly.
grown. It's been an incredible event for us here, but we
Yeah.
seem to be able to do it, and it's probably maybe the size of the city. The people who can come from everywhere into it as well, that helps that happen. So is there a similar
Why not?
feeling, I suppose, with an Australian Grand Prix to another Grand Prix around the world? Or
It's quite unique.
It
It's
is?
always been a unique
Yeah.
feeling, and especially after Drive to Survive, the Melbourne Grand Prix,
That's
it has
gone
been
off,
sold
hasn't it?
out in the recent years. So
How
it's good.
is
but
that series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like it?
I was going
Oh,
to say,
it is.
Tip, there hasn't been anything on the bikes similar to that.
They
just yet,
did
is
Tour de
there?
France
Yeah.
Unchained, but
Just-
that was only for the
okay.
men's team so far.
Right, because that's the other thing. I mean, we know the Tour de France as such, but what are some of the other tours that you enjoy riding? Is the Italian one up there as well?
Giro d'Italia.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have your 3 Grand Tours, and now there are both men and women equivalents of each. So it's the Giro d'Italia in Italy, Tour de France, and then the Vuelta a España in Spain. But some of these 5-day stage race, even for me, obviously Santos Tour Down Under is one of my favourite. But I think a lot of cyclists love this race because it's one hotel, the stages aren't too long, there's a great vibe. It's just such an easy race, and even for the fan, it's one of the best races in the world to access all the stages. But there's also some other great ones we have around. But yeah, everybody knows the Tour de France, that is just the kingpin of cycling. And then, but so we have some great one-day classics, in the springtime, there's in Belgium. There's this beautiful one called Strada Bianca through Tuscany. It's kind of through some gravel roads as well, but on road bikes. So, yeah, the sport is getting really big right now, and the women's side is step by step getting bigger and bigger every year, and it's an exciting time to be part of the sport.
Fantastic. Well, this Oath Gin will be global by then, won't it?
Hopefully.
Yeah, I like it.
It'd be good on a really cold ride. You get back and just get a bit of this down your tonsils.
Exactly. Perfect recovery.
I like it, Val. Look how much I've drunk.
And if you do
Half the bottle gone.
If you do come off the bike, just rub a bit in, and that'll.
Now, Tiff and Val, I've got down here that you take part in some secret rides, and there's places and routes that you release across the summer. So for our 5AA listeners that might want to partake in that over the Tour Down Under, is there? You got a little secret ride with it? Well, it's written down here.
Yeah, just to keep people guessing. But yeah, we sometimes throw out a social ride. Like this morning, we did a women's ride with Canyon. More
there
for
was
me,
this-
Valtteri ended up
Tiff
being
told
like
me-
the token male as a mechanic.
Tiff told me there's this nice group ride tomorrow morning. I rocked up. And
I said it was a women's ride.
It
He
was
missed.
women's ride only.
So selective hearing.
I was the only man.
Selective hearing. Jeez.
Yeah.
So men universally have that, do they, Tiff?
Yeah, apparently.
Selective hearing.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I'm deaf in one ear, so mine's very selective.
Very selective.
But if you follow our social media, if we have rides going on, we'll be sharing them through the Rattle and some other things here and there. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Well,
You just, if you walked in and I didn't know who you were, Val, I'd say you're an Australian.
Thank you.
Well, not saying that Finnish people aren't, well, I like them as well. But
I think the Finns are starting to get a bit jealous.
It's
okay.
Actually, I was watching a Finland lady yesterday play tennis. What was her name?
No.
She's going to... Wasn't she
Wrong
Finland?
country.
The wrong country.
I get a lot of things wrong. And after about half a bottle of gin, that's generally what happens. Well, we get off the... Hey, you two, thank you very much. It's brilliant. All the best with the... Is it the Rad? The
Rattle.
Gravel.
So is that for amateurs or for pros? Can
Both.
anyone
It's
join
for
that?
everybody.
For
For
everybody.
Yeah.
And the prize money I saw was pretty good.
Yep.
Well, I might be a silly chance because you know how good
You
I
can
am on
ride.
gravel.
It can ride.
I'm very good downhill.
Yeah.
It's like a powerful wombat.
There's a small...
There are some downhills.
yeah. Just the starting climb's a little bit mean.
He's very good up a hill.
Oh, yeah?
Unbelievable. A lot of
Hey,
power.
Some turn up.
All the best for your season, Val.
Thank you, mate.
Mercedes. And Tiff, thanks as always. We love you. Well done.
Thank
and
you.
all the best with Oath. And where do we get it again?
oathgin.com and then click on the link to the Australian web shop.
And I swear
Or
by-
Ambleside.
Ambleside
in Harndorf.
Here we go.
Reckon you need to update your photo on the website, guys. The mullet's not there.
I know.
Hey,
I know.
need the mullet.
Man,
Yeah.
who's that guy?
Almost unrecognisable.
Well done, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Fantastic to have them in the
Thanks for having
studio.
us.
Oathgin.com if you want to head there and get yourself some. It's a great drop. Let's check your roads.
Crash at West Hunmarsh to look out for, north-south motorway Grange Road. Truck v car, Dry Creek. It's on the Port Wakefield Road area, just near Goldsborough Road. Really big delays around that area. And St Mary's Road closed due to a burst water main. Aliffs Road near South Road and the Crescent, just near Adrian Bryans. The Tour Down Under up in the beautiful Barossa today. Good day for it too. Round to none to look out for detours through there. And a camera trim operated Seaton. The Williams famous back-to-school shoe sale is now on with 25% off big school shoe brands, including Colorado, Lynx and more. Walk this way to Williams. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
5AA is your go-to station this A-League season, teaming up with the Adelaide United.
That's right, Rowey. As always, we'll bring you the latest news, interviews and updates across the season as they happen.
Everything thrilling, every goal, every tackle, we've got you covered, so come on you Reds.
Keep it on 5AA for all your info and get behind the team at Cooper Stadium. Tickets from Ticketek.
5AA, always Adelaide, and proud partners of Adelaide United.
City Discount Tires.
Get saving now with City Discount Tires. We're offering great deals on the world's top brands in tyres, wheels, suspension and parts. Suitable for four-wheel drives, SUVs and passenger cars, including Falcon, Michelin, Pirelli, Kumho, Hankook and many more. Finance options available. Search citydiscounttires.com.au and locate your nearest dealer today. City Discount Tires. We're driven by value.
City Discount Tires.
Wing it. Fake it till you make it. Near enough is good enough. Some trades reckon experience is overrated. It's boring. At C&N Concrete Soaring, the only boring we do is through your concrete. C&N Concrete Soaring scan, cut, core and break concrete for pipes and cables in houses through to factories and everywhere in between. And we've been doing it since 1990. At C&N Concrete Soaring, experience does matter. It's not boring. Go to cndn.com.au.
Hi, Brett Ebert here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. There's a lot to like about Mawson Lakes Mazda. They'll take care of you with next day servicing, complimentary loan car, vacuum and wash. And your breakfast or lunch is on them. Your car gets the love too with their state-of-the-art service centre, brimming with top-trained mechanics. At Mawson Lakes Mazda, they'll look after your car and look after you. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
Aussie kids are Weet-Bix kids. We're talking Weet-Bix with warm milk. Weet-Bix with sliced banana and drizzled with honey. Or Weet-Bix with yogurt and strawberries. Yum! Doesn't matter how you do them, as long as you are. Are you a Weet-Bix kid?
An overly ambitious effort at six-a-side soccer left you feeling knackered? You need a sports drink that stacks up, even when you can't stand up.
Let's Carolina Maximus!
Maximus is for rapid hydration during or after at least an hour of exercise.
At SMT Plumbing, Drainage and Excavations, we always strive to be the best. Whether it's plumbing, laying drains or excavating a small or large area, the pride we take in our work always shines through. And we always look after our employees. So if you have the qualifications and skills, we'd like you to join the team. We always look after our own. For more info, visit smtdrainage.com.au. If you want pipes in the wall or in the ground, get SMT around.
Looking for off-road adventure? The Gib 14 is here at Austrac Campers. Compact, tough and ready for action, but best of all, available now.
Austrac.
Austrac.
Austrac Campus.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back. It is 6 minutes to 5. Where are they now after 5 o'clock tonight? We're still taking your calls, 8223 0000.
Well, Val just left. You can see he is a lovely fella. Look, he's an F1 driver. They're meant to be a bit aloof, like Max. But you can see why Val and Dan would have been such great mates. And if you haven't seen Drive to Survive, that F1 Netflix show, he stars on it. It's a great, what do you call it, doco?
Brilliant doco.
It's a brilliant doco.
It's a great gateway to the
Probably-
sport if you're not into it.
It's a live, almost in-moment doco, though, isn't it? And, as the season's playing out and the like. So it's real behind closed doors
And
type
that
stuff.
Oath is a very, very good gin. Not that I'm a gin
Connoisseur?
connoisseur, but that is a very good gin.
No. Well, I think, like I said off air to Valtteri as he left, I just said, I always judge it. If you can drink a little bit of it straight, that's a real good sign that it's a good gin, and that can be drunk straight. So there
Do you reckon
go.
that was his real colour hair? It was very white.
Yeah, well, he's from Finland. They don't get a lot of sun, so it's
He was very white.
Yeah, well, that happens. That can
Because
happen.
that's right up the top of the world, isn't it? Europe?
Yeah, that's where you get the green skies and all that, isn't it? Norway, and Finland.
No. That's the
Borealis.
The Northern Lights.
Northern Lights.
Northern Lights.
Hey,
Let's go
hello,
to
Mark.
Townsville for the
Ciao,
Northern
hey,
Lights.
gentlemen, how are you?
Get
Geez,
Northern Lights up there, Mark, don't you?
You can see geography wasn't Timmy's strength.
It is hot up here, boys. I'll give you the hot tip.
Come on, mate.
Just a quick one, boys. I don't want to. I don't know how to put it. The whole Collins, Djokovic, the whole booing saga and things like that. How come it's? I'm not saying it's okay. I'm personally not a booer. I just appreciate greatness in any sport or whatever it is. But and then you look at the game that we all love, and then there's the uproar in that. Do you sort of know where I'm going, or
I do, Mark. So we look down on people that boo at AFL games, but yet in tennis there's a real, like, you go to Flushing Meadows, mate, all they do is jeer and boo. You go to any game of pro sport in America, if they're not happy, they'll jeer. But here we frown upon it, Mark, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know why. Like, it shouldn't be taken. It's not a personal thing to the individual. It's just to try to put the individual, who is obviously a grade of whatever sport it is, to put them off their game, and that is all it is. And obviously, like for Novak, like, he's just an absolute champion of the game, and he embraces that, and it takes him to another level.
Yeah. No, well said, Mark. Great call. In the running for that $50 Powers voucher.
Good call.
Because you're not a booer.
I'm not a booer. I'm not a
If
booer.
I was at the
Never
tennis
have been.
last night, I would have jeered and booed the gizzards out of
So
me.
I don't do it. Yeah, I just enjoy the contest. I watch it. I
know.
love it, regardless of
Well
what the sport
done.
is. But yeah, I can't get into the booing side of it. Yeah, I just haven't been able.
Yeah, but you don't just sit there and clap. Oh, great shot.
No, hardly at all. Make a lot of
Oh,
comments.
well played, young chap.
Don't worry, I'll be going up to the CEO of Reds tonight and telling him what I think about what's going on.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Where are they now after the 5 o'clock news?
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Ever driven a better car than yours? Now you can. The Tucson Hybrid by Hyundai. From $46,990 drive away. Visit your participating Hyundai dealer today. T's and C's at hyundai.com.au.
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Can't wait to see your future home? let's bring your vision to life. Visit one of Rossdale Homes' many display villages across Adelaide and the Hills. Explore our stunning layouts, finishes, and our latest designs for inspiration. Whether it's single story, two-story, split level, or even a custom build, our friendly Rossdale team is here to answer all your questions. For open times and locations, visit rossdalehomes.com.au. Rossdale Homes, your local SA builder, because trust is a must.
Now's the time to get into your new Mazda with great drive-away deals across the range. Experience the agile Mazda CX-3 Sport from $29,990 drive away. Or enjoy the versatile Mazda CX-5 Max, now from $37,990 drive away. There's a perfect Mazda waiting for you. Visit your local dealer and drive away today.
Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. See Mazda.com.au for details.
Hi, it's Hazel from Physio Extra. If you're in pain today because you had a big weekend on the footy field, on the court or in the garden, give us a call today for a same-day appointment. For example, if you rolled your ankle, try and stay off it as much as possible, compress it and add a little bit of ice. When you come in for your appointment, we might ask you questions like if you heard any sounds, if you've hurt the area before, or if you've done anything similar on the opposite side.
It's the extra in Physio Extra that makes all the difference. Visit physioextra.com for your nearest location or call for a same-day appointment.
We all know the Jim's Group. Jim's mowing, cleaning, dog wash. Well, here's something you might not know, but should before you buy a home. Jim's also does building inspections. Yep, Jim's Building Inspections is home to Australia's largest team of qualified inspectors. They also do asbestos checks, depreciation schedules, home health checks, commercial inspections, and more. So don't buy a home without a Jim. Visit jimsbuildinginspectionsadelaide.com.au or call 131546 today.
It all started in the back shed. Maybe it started early or late. Either way, the Olympic Industry sale means there's no need to wait. With big savings on our entire range of SA engineered sheds, garages, carports and verandas, you can afford to start something big, tough or tasty in your own backyard. Start something with the Olympic Industry sale. On now.
Plant the seed of your legacy. Centennial Park's new Living Legacy Forever Flowers offers a heartfelt and sustainable way to commemorate your loved one. For the first time in South Australia, Living Legacy's groundbreaking science allows your loved one's ashes to positively impact the environment, creating a beautiful, lasting tribute where friends and family can gather and reflect whilst contributing to the beautiful botanical environment. To learn more about Living Legacy Forever Flowers, visit centennialpark.org.
The very latest news and information. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Down to 16 tonight, partly cloudy tomorrow, 26. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
Enjoy 10-year warranty and capped price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi Nailsworth and the new Agostino Mitsubishi Mawson Lakes.
Police are trying to follow a trail of money as they investigate whether criminals may have been paid to carry out some of the recent anti-Semitic attacks. Sacta Silva reports.
For months, homes, businesses and synagogues linked to the Jewish communities of Sydney and Melbourne have been firebombed and vandalised. Federal police now believe some of those attacks may have been carried out by so-called criminals for hire. But AFP Commissioner Reece Kershaw says investigators are still trying to work out who is orchestrating the campaign of terror.
We are not ready to rule anything in or out.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is dismissing calls for stronger sentencing laws, insisting the government's already taking a tough approach.
We want perpetrators to face the full force of the law.
Federal and state police commissioners have also met to discuss the issue.
The federal government is warning the next 4 years of the Trump administration will bring significant change, but insists Australia is well prepared. The Foreign Minister has met her new US counterpart. Defence and trade were on the agenda for the talks between Penny Wong and Marco Rubio. Senator Wong says our relationship with the US will remain strong, but there will still be challenges.
President Trump has made it clear that he is going to do things differently. We should not be surprised if he implements that agenda. We should also have some confidence in our capacity as a nation to navigate those challenges.
Qantas has announced changes to its frequent flyer program. One of the changes will see frequent flyer members requiring more points for classic upgrades and classic reward seats on domestic and international flights. But members will be able to earn a higher number of points on Qantas domestic flights. Jetstar reward flights will require fewer points for starter fares in some cities. More than 100 athletes, including 6 Aussies, have complained to the International Olympic Committee after the medals they received in Paris started disintegrating. The AOC will help several athletes try to return faulty medals and have them replaced. It's understood gold medals are not impacted, only silver and bronze. Aussie Olympic boxer Caitlin Parker says her bronze medal has been affected.
I have spoken to a couple of other athletes with a bronze medal, and yeah, it is a little bit deteriorated, and I've been super careful. Hasn't been dropped once, and it's just gone and touched a few hands and stuff, and if it touches the skin, I don't know, I guess the hands and the oils in people's hands, I guess.
And a makeover for Jats crackers. Jats Minis are headed to supermarket shelves, and they'll be available in 2 different flavours. Now turning to 5AA Sport, and Luke Sayers has resigned as Carlton president. That's despite being cleared by the league following an investigation into a lewd image posted from his personal X account. Sam Welsford has made it 2 wins in 2 days at the Tour Down Under. He was first across the line in Tanunda this afternoon. Well, the Australian Open women's semi-finalists are locked in. Shane McGuinness reports from Melbourne Park.
Second seed Iga Swiatek dropped just 3 games on her way to a straight sets win against American Emma Navarro 6-1, 6-2. It was a dominant display from the second seed, winning in just 89 minutes. Swiatek will now play Madison Keys tomorrow evening for a spot in the final. Keys today coming from a sit down to defeat Elena Svitolina 3-6, 6-3, 6-4. Arina Sabalenka and Paula Badosa will play off for the other spot in Saturday night's final.
And it's game day for the Reds. Adelaide United play Auckland at Hindmarsh tonight. Now checking 5AA traffic.
A few collisions to look out from the drive home. One at Regency Park causing monster delays. Regency Road near South Road. Another one at West Hindmarsh, North-South motorway near Grange Road. Another smash at Morford Vale, Main South Road near Hillier Road. St Mary's Road's closed due to a burst water main. They're fixing that as we speak. Alives Road near South Road and Adrian Bryant's. And got a camera, Hart Street, Glanville. Looking for great value insurance? You haven't shopped around until you've tried Rowey. You insured. Visit rowey.com.au today or call 13Rowey. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA weather.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Down to 16 tonight, partly cloudy for your Thursday, 26. Friday, mostly sunny, 28. Saturday, mostly sunny, 29. Right now, it's 27 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight, calls for police to crack down on raids on Adelaide bottle shops. The key medications running out at pharmacies across the nation. A big change to Qantas frequent flyer points. Why you might need to hoard more. The real amount of super needed for a comfortable retirement. And why more South Aussie kids are no longer walking to school. 9 News. Your news, 9th at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey.
I am flabbergasted.
And Timmy G.
Absolute sports festival.
Yes, great to have you after 5 o'clock. It is 6 minutes after 5 here on the Sports Show. Still to come, Bruce Jitte live from Cooper Stadium. In about an hour or 2 hours' time, we'll be kicking off there as it's the top 2 teams, Auckland and Adelaide, going head-to-head on a Wednesday night. You might remember this name, Todd Lay, former tennis prodigy. Unfortunately, it went off the rails. He's got a new book, Smashed. He's going to join us in studio, and we're going to learn about his story. A 36ers double pass still to give away to Sunday's game against the New Zealand Breakers, and we'll take your calls as well, 8223 0000 if you want to get involved in the program. But right now, it's one of our favourite segments, all thanks to a Walco pool blanket, which will keep your water clean, warm, and prevent evaporation. Go to walco.com.au.
The 5AA Sports Show's Where Are They Now? Past legends, past glories.
A bit of a where are they now with a bit of a difference. This absolute Australian champion took the 1972 Olympics by storm and surprise as well at only 16 years of age, winning 5 individual medals, 3 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze. Then through life retired, went on and then came back to win Australian Survivor. at the very tender age of 61 years of age. Quite amazing. Has written a book now called Sports Career Transition.
Great read.
This is going to be very interesting. We're going to introduce her now. It is none other than Shane Gould. Welcome, Shane.
Oh, thank you very much, Stephen and Tim. Yep.
Thank you very much for your time. Firstly, quite a staggering event, the 1972 Olympics for yourself. It is quite amazing and interesting. Sam just promoted that we've got this young man on, Todd Lay, later in the show, and he was a child prodigy of the like. You were 16 years of age, and you held all freestyle world records, 100, 200, 400, 800, 1500, and the 200-metre individual medley, all at the same time. Only swimmer to ever be able to do that. That's quite staggering at 16.
It's very, very unusual to have that sort of diversity over those distances in 6 different events. And so there was a medley too, so I could do all the strokes. So yeah, look, it was very, very unusual, and I think it was the training, and also just my abilities and my the way I could endure do 1500, but I could also do a sprint. I didn't do the 50 because they didn't have that in
the Olympics,
international competition till the 80s. So I was never really super fast at a 50. But anyhow, yes, so I could go all distances. Look, I don't think it'd be possible these days, and I'd hate to be competing now because the competition is so tough.
Yeah.
They're so good these days. Well, they were really good those days. It was very tough competition then too, but even more so because there's been such a fantastic sharing of information about how to swim fast, how to train well, how to recover well, and so that's why there's people from all different countries, at the top level now.
Compete and do well. It was amazing, though. It was an incredible Olympics for you, but then you retire. So from swimming now, that decision in itself probably comes into your book that you've written also. But that would have been an interesting time because the Australian public would have been thinking, well, we've got this champion for the next 3 Olympics.
Yes. You've got to remember back in the 1970s, the world was a very different place for women. That there weren't opportunities in sports. Firstly, there weren't many opportunities for women to participate in say, events, scholarships, like university scholarships. A lot of men could go to university in the US and continue their swimming for another 4 years or more.
Right.
There was no money in the sport. If I earned 10 cents, I'd be deemed professional.
Wow.
And there weren't many competitions. It was quite surprising. One of the ladies, Judy Luxton, who was a breaststroker in my relay and went to the Olympics in Munich in 1972. She said between Munich and the Commonwealth Games, they had 2 international competitions. And so they were slated. Actually, in 1976, the Montreal Olympics, they were slated for not winning any gold medals, but they had no international competition. So there's much more opportunities for people to hone their skills and test themselves under extreme conditions of intense competition. So the world's a very different place. You've got to look at the historical context. So and then you look at me and my experiences. That I was motivated by the intrinsic rewards, the intrinsic reasons, so that the pleasures, the joy, the satisfaction, the challenge, trying to beat myself, trying to get better, trying to get good information. I did enjoy the travel, but a lot of people are motivated by extrinsic motivation, so that's how many medals you win, how many records you can get. The times you do, or times were always really important. Numbers are always really important for swimmers. So me, I was highly motivated by intrinsic things. Now, look, I had 3 sisters, and so my parents had one income, and when a lot of attention was put on me, and there was the media scrutiny and responsibilities. So my parents basically were my media managers and my psychologist and my masseuse and my dietitian. And so my parents did it all. But I had 3 sisters who also had ambitions and things that they wanted to achieve. And the family fortune, it was unfair for most of the attention and the family to go towards me. So I was, in some ways, and this is what I bring out in my book, Sports Career Transition, is that it can be problematic that one person in the family can be treated like a special needs child.
Yeah.
So, someone with special needs. So I had special needs to be at training at the right time and, have swimsuits and have entries and go to competitions and so my needs were special compared to others in my family. And so, you can start to get, the athlete in that situation can start to get this sense of entitlement and a sense of, I deserve it, because I just am. I'm just a special person. And so it can be really difficult for an athlete when they retire to lose that sense of entitlement, to lose that feeling of specialness. And I think that's why a lot of families and athletes have difficulty when they do retire. But the way I managed it was that I set new goals, and I stayed around the water. I didn't swim very much, but I did surf a lot. And of course, because I did fall off the board a lot, I end up swimming to the beach to retrieve the board. That was before leg rope,
Yes, right.
So, so that's just one aspect, So the idea of retiring, and I bring this out in the book, that in order to retire, you need to be professional, really need to be earning income. So it's a bit of play on words that I try to avoid the use of the word retirement, but it's in the vernacular. It's in our understanding. An athlete retires, so they stop playing. But I like to talk about it as a transition. So it's like a life stage. So if we understand the athlete's needs, and when you can change on the outside. So I stopped swimming, but it took quite a long time to adapt, to transition from that sports life to the non-sports life. And some people can do it very quickly, but if you prepare, the more you prepare, this is what I bring out in the book, the more you prepare, the better you are at coping with that life without sport. And the more I wrote about it, and I wrote it sort of through the winter last year, the more I realised everyone goes through life transitions. So if you liken it to I'm doing this big rave, I hope it's okay.
Yeah.
If you liken it to a life stage and accept that at some stage in an athlete's life they will no longer be playing their sport. So you expect that time, but you have to. The better you prepare for it, the better you're going to manage afterwards. So.
Yeah, no, well done. I think all 16-year-olds are entitled, Shane. I've had 3. You certainly were with your record. Sports career transition, Shane Gould, absolute legend, a vital guide. And it certainly is, because we've all not reached the heights of you, but we've all had to retire or transition, whether it's out of sport, life, or even a relationship. But how can a 16-year-old make that sort of lifetime decision in the position that you were in at that age? I look at that and I think, what were your learnings? And my second part of that is, would have you, the Shane Gould today, and the book you've written and everything you've life dreamt, would you make that same decision and advice to that 16-year-old now?
Look, I would, because I really like projects. I'm a project-driven person, but I also am a values-driven person. And I was extremely satisfied with my international success at the Olympics and the records that I held and the times that I set. So I was really satisfied with that. But I had a break from swimming. Well, I had a break from Australia after the Olympics. There was a huge amount of pressure on my family, and my father worked in the marketing world with Pan Am and Tourism Australia, and he helped an American businessman to open up the dried fruit industry in the Riverina. And he was, this man, the Marianis, were really grateful that Dad had helped him to do this, and said, look, is there anything I can do for you? And he said, well, could you host my daughter, while she goes to school in America and has an experience? So my dad was all about experiences and challenges, and so I think I'm similar to that. So I went to America and lived with this American family, went to school, went to training, but I was only training about 70% of what I really needed. And so I put on weight and I swam slower. But when I was at school, I came across philosophy, ethics, not so much religion, but more sort of, I suppose, Christian religion, Christian ethics rather, and American history, and it just opened up a whole new world that was really, really interesting to me, and it was more interesting than swimming. So I think there was a shift in those 6 to 9 months after the Munich Olympics. Now I did compete again, but not real fast, and I had to, shamefully or humbly withdraw from the first World Swimming Championships in August because I just was too unfit to attend. So it was a struggle, and so, but it was really what had come into my life that made me see beyond, so a 16, 17-year-old, looking to the future, when you get exposed to things, other things, that there's some, it's otherwise it was just more of the same that I thought, so I would make the same decisions.
Well, that's great.
But what happened though when I realised that I hadn't really debriefed properly from my swimming career, was that I needed to go back and go through the process of the so-called debriefing, and to honour the things that I had achieved and identify the transferable skills. So I'm sure people have heard that, but there's some fantastic things in sport that you can transfer to other life skills, to other life demands. So for example, receiving instruction. So a company might love an athlete in their workforce because they can receive instruction and be happy to receive it, and not get upset by someone telling them how they could do it better. Athletes turn up. Yep. They have to turn up for the game or the training session.
Normally punctual.
Yeah, mostly. And then being able to read your own body, so manage your energy. So if you can manage your energy, and this really helped when I had 4 children.
Yes, you need it all.
It's the end of the day. It's 6 o'clock, and then the one child goes to bed, and the other one wakes up, and then oh God, when is this going to end? Oh, this is like a 1,500-metre freestyle. Okay, this is a really long day.
So
okay,
Shane, on that,
further to go, just another 100 metres. It'll be all right.
No, you'll be right. You're sports career transition. We love the read, Shane. There's no one size fits all when athletes retire. It is tough. Some do it better than others. What are a few must-dos or must-haves when you do to prepare?
Look, I think the first thing is to accept that there will be a time when you're no longer competing. Okay, so you need to prepare for something else.
Yep.
So I think while you're still competing in your chosen sport that you're good at, I think make sure you have some education. So while you actually compete, you can be mixing with other people who aren't your teammates, where you're more of an equal. So in the classroom, so if you're studying or you're doing an apprenticeship, you're an equal with all the other students, and that you remain a learner. You just don't finish up thinking you know everything. Okay? So have an education. Do some other sort of sport. So if you're a tennis player, well, you might go and play pickleball, or you might go and play weekend hockey, or if you're a swimmer, you might go and do some body surfing with your family and friends. So do something in the water that you're good at. So practice some other activity that you can pick up when you're no longer doing your main sport. so you're not so much of a kook, you know, that you've got some understanding of the culture of that activity. So you need to keep moving. So if you finish your sport, you've got to keep moving, because athletes are movers.
Yeah.
So while you're still competing and training, you know, so make sure you have an education, make sure you, have some other sort of activity where you're just a normal one of the guys, one of the girls, you know, and not that unique special person. And the other thing is to do things for other people, because I have this thing that that being an entitled person, a lot of people around you want to really help you, and I say it's the I'll do it for you people, and that can reinforce your sense of entitlement, and you don't learn life skills. So basic life skills like banking money, like washing your clothes, like budgeting, you know, a week's money and on a, you know, over the week, and budgeting for buying nutritious food, you know, things like that.
Day to day.
Yeah, so it's just a day-to-day thing, and it's really, it's improved. And I know that a lot of the footballers, I went and had a talk to some Carlton footballers when they're at the bottom of the ladder of 15, 20 years ago now.
Yep.
And I think that I just, you know, they had they were the wooden spoon people, you know. So I went and bought 20 wooden spoons, and I went and talked to these guys, and I handed out the wooden spoons. And I said, look, the only way up is to use your spoon to stir things up and just get better. You know, it's the reality. You know, you're at the bottom. The only way to go now is up.
Yeah.
And so facing realities like that, and they were so offended. They were really offended.
Oh, they probably learn a bit from there on, I think, Shane.
Well done, Shane.
Thanks very much for your
Great
time.
read.
Really appreciate it. The book's called Sports Career Transition, and it can be purchased at sportstransitionShaneGould.com. Should be a fantastic read, and for anybody retiring from even a job, whether it be
get it online.
get online and get hold of that. And Shane Gould, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for the opportunity, and yep, life's good. I live in Tasmania. I swam a couple of Ks this morning in the ocean. It was, I feel really enlivened, and life's good.
Watch out for those Noah's Ark, Shane.
Good work, Shane. Appreciate your time. All thanks to Walco. A Walco pool blanket will keep your water clean, warm, and prevent evaporation. Walco.com.au brought us Shane Gould.
Here's what's happening on your roads.
Heavy crashes around the Savo, going to Regency Park, Regency Road near South Road. Big delays through there at the moment too. West Highmarsh, another crash there. North-South Motorway Grange Road. And St Mary's Road's closed due to burst water main. Alice Road between South Road and the Crescent. It's just near Adrian Bryans. Cameras Hartley Road, Flinders Park and Hart Streets at Glanville. Alinta Energy blend renewables with coal and gas to make your energy more affordable. That's True Power. Visit alintaenergy.com.au for more info. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Timmy, it's semi-final time, and our Adelaide Giants are aiming to make it 3 in a row.
How good. We need all of Adelaide to get down to Dye-Colour Australian Stadium this Friday and Saturday night. Get behind the boys as they take on Perth Heat. Action kicking off at 7 p.m.
Look, it's a great night out, so book your tickets now at adelaidegiants.com.au.
Yeah, proudly supported by 5AA, always Adelaide.
Family adventures await in the Tullawarna X16B. With room for everyone and off-road ready performance, available now at Austrac Campers.
Austrac Campers.
This is your invitation to the Audi Open House Sale Event. Enjoy complimentary registration, stamp duty and CTP, plus 5 years scheduled servicing across a wide range of Audi models. Visit your preferred Audi dealer today. Ends February 28. T's and C's apply. See website for details.
Harris Scarf stock take sale final days. Save 40% off cookware and kitchenware, 10 to 40% off electrical appliances and 40% off towels. Hurry, sale ends this Sunday. Harris Scarf, great brands, great prices.
If working with NDIS plans is a source of confusion or frustration, there is an easy way forward. At Complete Care, you're given a client service manager. Think of them as a concierge, there to assist and recommend services as they're needed, from cleaning and home maintenance to social support and transportation. They're essential to our clients and always available to their loved ones. It's just one of the things we do that sets us apart. Trust client service managers from Complete Care with a K.
Unique, loyal, fun-loving. That's what we look for in our pals. When you're next spending time with your best friends, don't forget some of the best pals you can have. Parafield Airport Liquor Store has your everyday favourites right through to those hard-to-find products. That's what great pals do. Sam and Jamie from Parafield Airport Liquor Store know every drop on the shelf, so you can always rely on their advice. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals. Next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
When you've been around for over a century, you know a thing or two. And South Australian Business Chamber and Ray White have almost 300 years between them. So when an alliance is formed between South Australian Business Chamber and Ray White Business Sales SA, all that experience flows to you. This ensures you're in top shape, whether you're buying, selling, or somewhere in between. Touch base with the experts. Search Ray White Business Sales SA. Proudly partnered with South Australian Business Chamber.
We tried to make this ad less boring, but it's still boring. Because it's C&N Concrete Soaring. Boring holes is a big part of what we do. C&N Concrete Soaring, scan, cut, core and break concrete for pipes, cables, anything 24/7. We reckon boring is pretty interesting. If you're interested, talk to C&N Concrete Soaring. Go to cndn.com.au. We're really fun people when we're not boring.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
29 minutes after 5. Brucey Jitte in a few minutes' time. We're going to head to Coopers Stadium, a massive game for the Reds tonight. And, of course, our 36ers are desperate to find their way into the top 6 in the NBL. And they have a home game this Sunday night against the New Zealand Breakers. We've got a double pass to get you along to support them. Get right behind them. If you want to win them, 8223 0055. Call right now. First caller through.
Absolutely. A couple of unique home-style food texts flowing in. Got one here from BA. Just a bit disappointed in me joining in on the Tony Jones comments. BA, I never agreed with them. Not once. I said it was a poor attempt at humour.
No, you didn't. You were very strong.
Absolutely.
Which is good.
Never agreed with it.
I like this one. Good on Shane interviewing herself.
This one is interesting from Kev.
That's not good.
Oh. Anyway, Kev said, afternoon, guys. Tennis and cricket... are tennis and cricket commentators over-commentating? They're talking through the bowling and talking through the serving. And Kev, that's a very good point. It's one of the arts of good commentators that they don't actually...
Richie Benno, less is more.
I think he's probably the best I've seen do it at cricket. Even when something's happened and you can speak, he was the master at sort of having the pause and then saying the less is more. And that's probably not a gift of yours or I, but it was Richie's,
but we're a bit different. The pitches tell the story,
and we have to.
He enlightens it. We are the pitches.
I think it's a good one, Kev. Well, 8223 0000. Give us your thoughts on whether the commentators are perhaps going just a little bit too long through the bowling and or the serving.
That oath gin's just starting to kick in.
Oh, is that what's happened?
No,
right.
That's bad news
now
for the next hour and a half.
For the next hour.
5:30 headlines.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. The AFP says they aren't ruling anything in or out as they investigate a string of recent anti-Semitic attacks. The federal government is warning the next 4 years of the Trump administration will bring significant change, but insists Australia is well prepared. The Greens are pushing to make public school completely free and give more money to parents. And in sport, Luke Sayers has resigned as Carlton president despite being cleared by the league following an investigation into a lewd image posted on social media. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Heavy crashes, look out from the drive home. One at Regency Park, Regency Road near South Road. Delays clearing, which is good. Another collision at West Hindmarsh, North-South motorway near Grange Road. Torrens Park has road damage following a burst water main, Blythewood Road near Scotch College. And St Mary's Road's closed due to a burst water main, Ailifs Road near South Road and Adrian Bryans. Got a camera at Trimmer Parade at Seaton. At IGA, Omo Laundry Liquid 2 litre, powder 2 kilo or capsule 28 packs selected varieties, $14 each. Ends Tuesday at participating stores, excludes Foodland. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, mostly clear tonight, down to 16, partly cloudy tomorrow, 26. Right now it's 27 degrees. We'll have more news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
There's been something like 15 of these attacks now.
David Penberthy.
Chris Minns is the New South Wales Labor Premier, I think. The rest of them should take a leaf out of that guy's book because he's called this for what it is, the hatred of Jews.
Will Goodings.
And it goes to the top. I think any other point in the last 20 years would have just been called a series of terrorist attacks.
5AA Breakfast.
Lefties tie themselves in knots going, well, it's complicated.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
No, it's not bloody complicated.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
If home is where your heart is, and if home is where you want to be, then home is where you can stay. My Care Solution supports you to live independently at home as you get older. You'll have a small, local care team ready to assist you based on your own individual needs. So if home is where you want to be, then home is where you can stay. Contact us to learn about our new client offer, available for a limited time. Search My Care Solution today.
$20,000. Now's your last chance to win it. Edwardstown Mazda's incredible 2024 plate clearance sale is in its final stages with huge factory bonuses and massive discounts. Plus, at Edwardstown Mazda and only Edwardstown Mazda, every purchase sends you straight into the draw to win $20,000. Yep, that's $20,000. Why would you go anywhere else?
It's gotta be
Edwardstown Mazda, the #1 destination for Mazda in SA. T's and C's apply. T24/1786.
I tell you what, we're right in the season for this, doing a good barbie. This is where you become the tong master. You become the backyard hospitality director. Yes, sir. And if you do, you deserve the very best outdoor kitchen from Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens.
Do you know what? When I'm flipping snags
Yeah.
or cooking a beautiful lamb chop,
oh yeah,
I need an Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens. I
You
want to
do.
do it in style.
That's what you got to do.
Choose from the best appliances, add a bar fridge, add a pizza oven, or stun your guests with one of those real custom-made concrete benchtop type of things.
Best
They're
thing.
uniquely yours. They're one off. You say, I want
Correct.
that. Cut it, make it, fit it,
Yeah.
done, bang, and it's the best in the street. In actual fact, in the Southern Hemisphere.
They'll even do it indoors as well as outdoors. They are amazing. Look, call for a consultation or a quote today and visit Seaford Meadows Showroom. They're at Farrow Circuit, Seaford. The best backyard hospitality directors choose Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens. You can check them out online, adelaideoutdoorkitchens.com.au.
Welcome to the circus. Arcade, bowling, crazy shakes and prizes. All in a day's play at Archie Brothers Cirque Electric. Good times guaranteed. Search Archie Brothers deals for great school holiday offers.
New roof, free gutters, free downpipes. Get free gutters and free downpipes when you replace your roof with Roof and Render SA. It's a genuine offer. We haven't increased the price to cover costs. Times are a little tough. So if we can help with free gutters and downpipes when we replace your roof, we'll do it. New roof, free gutters, free downpipes. This month with Roof and Render SA. T's and C's apply. Google Roof and Render SA for more.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Welcome back. 24 minutes to 6. Todd Lay, former tennis prodigy. He was a young star at 12 years old. He was going to be one of the best players since Leighton Hewitt. Well, unfortunately, fell off a cliff, and he has a new book called Smashed that is going to come in studio and tell us all about his story. Take your calls as well, 8223 0000.
Well, this man was an Adelaide United Championship player, let me tell you. He is now, well, strutting his stuff for Channel 10 and Paramount Plus on the A-League, and he's doing a magnificent job. I speak none other than the great Bruce Jeté. G'day, Bruce.
Thanks for having me on.
Good.
Very kind intro.
Good to have you, my friend. And also,
Brucey.
I feel like I'm going to have a bit of deja vu because I'm going to come down to Cooper Stadium and interview you again, if that's all right. So we'll do it all twice, mate. Hey, first of all, what a clash it's going to be tonight. Auckland, of course, the new kids on the block came out of the blocks quickly too, didn't they?
Oh, they've had a phenomenal start to the season. I think no one expected the mighty Adelaide United Reds and Auckland to be top of the pops at this stage of the season, or potentially at any stage of the season. So, you know, it's been a really exciting season so far in Auckland. They've had a lot of home games, and, you know, there's been a bit of talk about they've had a lot of home games. They've got a bit of a head start, if you like, but more away games coming up. We'll see how they go. But they've actually been playing good football and getting the results.
Adelaide, on the other hand, as you said, there was real concerns about they hadn't replaced perhaps the talent or the experience that they lost, and how were they going to be able to cover it. But they've had this amazing blend of kids with the senior guys and everybody playing for each other.
And so many South Australians in the squad. The club's really stuck with that philosophy, and Carl Viet deserves a lot of credit for that. He's been a phenomenal coach. I've seen the likes of Iran Kunda going, Craig Goodwin going, Joe Gauchi going, and these players are going to big clubs in big leagues, so they're seriously talented players. He's lost them, but he's done a fantastic job with some of these young South Australians and even some of the boys from interstate that have come in. Everyone speaks so highly about the culture, the atmosphere in and around the club, and especially in the change room. And that comes down to the coach for mine. And, he's got the boys ticking. And the great thing about young players, when things are going well, they feel like they can conquer the world. So the confidence is high. They're not allowing complacency to come in. And, they're doing phenomenally well, and it's showing on the table as well.
Well, they don't know what they don't know, young kids, do they? You tell them to do it, they'll do it. Brucey, welcome. Have their form surprised you? Where did you have them this time of the year? Like, it surprised me a tad.
Oh, it surprised me too. I mean, when Ubasuki left as well,
Yes.
it was like, geez, between Irakunda and Ubasuki, they lost, over 20 goals. Who's gonna replace that? Archie Goodwin was injured for a lot of the pre-season, and he's come in and done well now. Bart Breen's the centre back, injured a lot of the pre-season, and he's been solid as a rock now the season started. He's been doing exceptionally well. It all seems to have just clicked into gear at the right time, but you know me, Rowey, I'm a bit sceptical at the best of times, and you just hope that they haven't peaked too early, because they're doing so well at the moment, and there's no doubt that the team will have some dip in form somewhere throughout the season. Kids can be a little bit up and down in their form from time to time. That consistency can be lacking. But on the back of this brilliant start to the season, they're putting themselves in the best position for that top two spot, or definitely a final spot.
Yeah. Now, come on, Brucey, you're captain. Positive, mate. Glass half full. Don't put yourself down. I don't reckon scepticism is one part of your makeup. Hey, tell us about Dan Klomp.
Sorry, who was that?
This is the rooster that's coming over, the defender. Little Clompy. He's coming. He was trained. He trained with us today.
Sorry. I thought you said Clough.
Klomp.
Another important addition to the team. Kikianis has been doing well at centre back there, but Adelaide's depth has always been a challenge, even since when I played, mate. With the first sort of 16, 17, 18 players you can generally rely on, and the other thing which we haven't spoken about is injuries. They have not had any significant injuries this year. Carl hasn't been forced to change his lineup all too often. The boys have stayed fit. The depth of the squad hasn't been tested, but it will be tested at some point in the season. So bringing in reinforcements is a great move by the club.
They had a massive game against Victory, got up 3-2 in what was a really good game to watch. Also, for Auckland, they've got a short recovery time. How important will the rotations be, and will we see them perhaps a bit earlier in the game than normal?
I'd be surprised if he starts with the same 11. I think he will make some changes to the starting lineup. He's going to have to, because while as important as this game is, there's still more than half of the season still to go. So you don't want to overburden players especially when it's quick turnaround weeks. So he will look to rotate that squad. I would expect tonight. And you're right, in terms of subs, you're probably going to start seeing subs a little earlier. I was there on the weekend. It was a scorcher. They had the drink break in the first half. They had the drink break in the second half. But the boys were out on their feet and playing at real high intensity against Melbourne Victory. So there'll be a few sore bodies, I think, today. So expect the subs to come a bit early and a few changes to the starting lineup, I suspect.
Will one of them be in goals? Regular keeper, of course, Deladova had to, I think, a little bit of a niggle, couldn't play. Young Ethan Cox came in and did a reasonable job. Will Delhi come back in?
I don't know. I don't know the extent of his injury. I know it's a small muscle strain. I think of the hip flexor maybe. Short turnaround. I doubt he'll start. If he wasn't right on the weekend, he won't be right by today, unless he's got some sort of miracle body. And Ethan Cox did really well. Yeah. I thought he, huge game, young keeper, not a lot of experience, and I thought he held his own really well. So, look, I'd expect Ethan Cox to start again tonight, but Delhi shouldn't be too far off. But I think, Ethan's time is run well. He's got, Melbourne victory, the original rivalry, and a top-of-the-table clash under his belt.
No, well done there. Ryan Kiddo pulled up a little bit sore too, and he's had a very good season. He sort of has grown into that captaincy role as well.
He has. He's been around the club a long time, just signed a contract extension as well. Yeah. He will go down as an Adelaide United great by the time he finishes up, but, he's going to be... I don't think he's in for tonight. I'm not sure. I stand to be corrected. But
definitely.
Yeah, he really has grown into that captaincy role. When I was there some time ago, he was the quiet kid, always really polite, really well disciplined. Wasn't overly vocal, very hard on himself. And sometimes that can make a great captain because he holds the bar high. He's a very well-educated kid. He's very mature, always was for his age. And I think he resonates really well with the players, and is mature enough to have, the conversations that captains need to have with the coach from time to time. So a great captain, and he's also having a really strong season.
We're looking forward to a cracking game tonight there at Cooper Stadium. We'll see you down there in, about 2 hours. All the best.
Yeah, see you there. See you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Sensational. 10 football and Paramount Plus. Bruce Jeté, and of course, an Adelaide United championship player. Yes.
Top of the table clash tonight.
Absolute beauty.
All but sold out.
Should have got a prediction off him. Should have got a prediction. Yeah. What do you reckon?
2-0.
2-0. Like it.
Yeah, that sounds good. That does sound good.
Even though they do I reckon they like chasing. When an opposition scores against them, it's like their intensity goes through the roof. So I'm going to say 3-1.
When they crack in and play at their absolute best, it's irresistible.
It's got a lot of energy.
They just don't sustain it for time. They need to be able to hold.
I like to see those rotations.
Yeah.
I like what Bruce said. Probably won't start with the same 11.
Okay.
I like that. So a bit of energy early and
good.
Take it from there.
Yeah, if you can't make it, Paramount Plus is where you'll find Adelaide United in action tonight. Let's check your roads.
Few crashes to look out for this afternoon. One at Regency Park, Regency Road near South Road. Another one at West Hindmarsh, North-South motorway near Grange Road. And St Mary's Road's closed due to a West water main at Ailifs Road between South Road and Crescent, just near Adrian Bryans. Cameras, Hargrave Street, Birkenhead and Jetty Road at Larks Bay tonight. At IGA, great value is easy to find, like Primo Shortcut Rhineless Bacon, 750 grams, $8.40 each. Ends Tuesday at participating stores, excludes local grocer and Foodland. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Build like a brick house. Basic Trailers make quality trailers of all sizes here in Adelaide. Made with Australian steel, you get 12 months warranty and factory direct pricing across SA. Visit basictrailers.com.au. Basic Trailers. Basically better.
At Complete Care, we're more than just a care provider, we're a family. As we celebrate our 10th year, our mission remains the same, to empower our specialised team of carers and client service managers to help our seniors live independently. We provide personalised services including cleaning and home maintenance to social support and transportation. We look after you like family, offering a warm, caring touch that sets us apart. At Complete Care, we're the company with heart. Complete Care with a K.
They live in filth, bins and excrement. They carry disease and they want to suck your blood. Flies and mosquitoes, that's no way to live. And it doesn't have to be. With Phantom retractable screens, up to 9 metres wide, they can screen almost anything. Protect your family with Phantom retractable screens. phantomscreens.com.au.
Looking for furniture that truly stands out? At Scott's Custom Furniture, we craft one-of-a-kind pieces tailored just for you. We work with you to plan the design, which is then custom built, so it matches and enhances your existing decor. Explore online stunning floor-to-ceiling timber display cabinets, unique front doors, elegant bed frames, and stylish side tables made from locally sourced Australian timber. Create timeless pieces. Just search for Scott's Custom Furniture and start designing furniture that you won't find anywhere else.
Here's a stat you need to hear. Literally, 1 in 6 Australians are living with some sort of hearing loss. It's hard to notice because it creeps up on you, but it doesn't have to get in the way of things. Not if you do something about it now. Can Do Hearing can provide solutions to make living with hearing loss so much better. And your options are almost endless. Book an appointment with Can Do Hearing. candohearing.com.au. That sounds better.
Hey, if you're like me and love a good bargain, check out Star Discount Chemist. They're all about great value and helping your family stay healthy. Go in-store or online for click and collect and delivery. Star Discount Chemist. How can we help?
2025 airfares are now on sale with Philhoffen Travel and Singapore Airlines, the world's most awarded airline. Enjoy seamless connections through Singapore with 10 flights per week from Adelaide. Fly to Europe return in economy class from $1,849 per person or business class from $7,969 per person. Offer ends 5th of February. Availability is limited. Select travel dates and conditions apply. Visit pht.com.au.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back. Taking your calls, 8223 0000 at 11 minutes to 6. Rowey and Timmy G.
Yeah, we've had a number of texts saying there wasn't any Australians in the recent Test Wisden Team of the Year. So I thought I'd go through it. What really gets my goat up, and England are playing crap Test cricket, really. I mean, other than Joe Root. Would you name another person to make it? They've got 5.
I haven't had, but really?
They've got 5. Jamie Smith. Who's Jamie Smith? He's played 9 tests.
Is he their wicket keeper?
He's their wicket keeper.
How has he made
9 tests, 1 ton. His year compared to Alex Carey, not worth a burnt village pie. Harry Brook. Who's Harry Brook? He made the Wisden Team of the Year.
He's their middle order bat. He's a bit like Travis Head.
Well, he is. Yeah. Well, he is. But he beat Travis. How, in God's name, can the Wisden Test Team of the Year not have one Aussie in it when we hold right now today every trophy?
Just about. All the bilateral test trophies, yes.
There you go.
I don't think we won the T20 World
We didn't win that one.
No.
We didn't win that. But we won the ODI.
Yep.
We
and
won
the Test.
The World Test Championship. Yep. We've beaten India.
Border Gavaskar.
Every opponent.
The Ashes.
Test opponent. We've got those.
It's known as the Bible of cricket. Would that be fair,
Yeah.
Wisden?
Yeah.
That's sort of what
Not
they
one.
refer themselves to.
How is Pat Cummins not in it?
So the whole 11, have we read the whole 11?
You
so
do it.
Jaiswal from India.
I'd have him in there.
Yeah, he's a very good young player. Ben Duckett opening the batting with him. Kane Williamson and Joe Root, 3 and 4.
Kane Williamson is an unbelievable New Zealand talent, and Joe Root had a remarkable year.
Harry Brook, 5.
No.
Kamindu Mendes.
No.
Jamie Smith, the keeper.
No.
Ravindra Jadeja.
Probably.
Just butchered that. Jadeja. Gus Atkinson.
No.
And Matt Henry.
Well, not above Pat Cummins.
And Jasprit Bumrah's the captain.
Jasprit Bumrah's the captain. Doesn't even captain the English team. How is Paddy Cummins not in there?
Sorry, did you say Bumrah doesn't captain the English team?
Oh, sorry, the Indian team.
Well, I hope he doesn't either. Yeah, yes.
Or Jasprit's the best player in the world.
No, but I know where you're going.
You know what I'm saying?
I am staggered that you could not get one Australian in with the record that they've been able to produce and the wins they've been able to produce. Somebody must be playing all right. Somebody must be.
5 Poms.
That's incredible.
God. Hello, Johnny boy.
He won't be happy.
Hi, boys.
Johnny,
Happy New Year, son.
Can you explain?
Yeah, boy.
Can you explain that to us, John?
I'm that Harry Brook. He's a star, mate. He averaged 16 Test cricket. I've seen a bit of him in the winter and all that stuff. I watch it in the winter as well, Rowey. It's not just a few monthly thing with me. I watch it from England. He's a star. You'll see him next year. And I'll have him in at number 5 in the Test Team of the Year.
Over our man Travis Head.
Yes, absolutely.
What about this wicket-keeper snoozer? Bloomin' Jamie Smith, 9 tests.
I've seen him too. He's not a bad player. I would take the right nose him, but
okay.
I don't have Harry Brook and Travis Head. Yes, no,
okay.
And Travis Head's a good port man.
Okay.
But Rob, yesterday you said, I'm going to get to my main point about Pat Cummins. But Rob, you said yesterday about Porto Maggots. That was a disgraceful comment.
No. I read out a text, Johnny. Switch your ears on, switch your ears on. I read out a text.
I know it was a gutless email, but they did not. I know they did not put their name to it. You shouldn't have read it out. It's probably more about them than.
No, but Johnny, that's what they were called, and Timmy acknowledged it. They were called the Magettes.
No, it didn't say that. That's a horrible name.
They were called the Magettes.
I'd have to. I'll look that up for you.
Wizard bars. You're full of it, Rowey. But anyway, Pat Cummings, I'm glad you finally come around to my way of thinking. You and KG have finally come around.
I have.
He's got the heart of a lion.
Yep.
He might be a bit woke and whatever else, but play the ball, not the man. He's outstanding cricketer. Yep. Outstanding captain. Thanks, fellas.
Yep, well done, Johnny. You're one
well
from
done,
two.
Johnny. I'm still flabbergasted that there wasn't one Aussie in there.
There's not one. Pat Cummins surely needs to be in there.
That is quite remarkable.
That's probably the one I would say he's had an exceptional year.
Yeah.
You know, you might say a few others have maybe been not consistent enough, but I'm a bit amazed.
Have you say on that? 8223 0000. At the top of the show, we were discussing the Carlton Football Club and the disarray around their president, who has had a horror couple of weeks. The scandal around the lewd photo, which ended up on his Twitter account.
Which the AFL cleared him.
Which the AFL today have cleared him with. So the integrity unit said that the matter's concluded based on the available evidence. The access to Mr. Luke Sayers' X account was compromised, resulting in the posting of an image by a person not being Mr. Sayers and tagging of another person, and they determined he did not breach any AFL rules. He has also stepped down as Carlton president today, which is just an interesting timeline of events to happen all in the same announcement time.
Was that stressful enough to make him resign?
Well, that's what he said in his own statement.
Is this another AFL orchestrated settlement?
Well, that's what I think a lot of people out there are thinking. Let's have a listen to Mitch Cleary here, who's reporting for 7 News.
This all came in the space of a frantic 10 minutes late this afternoon. Firstly, Sayers cleared of any wrongdoing by the AFL. Then moments later, Sayers handing in his resignation to the Carlton board, effective immediately. It brings an end to his 12-year stint on the club's board. Now, all parties insist there was no deal cut between Sayers and the AFL for him to walk. Sayers reiterating in a statement to 7 News today that he did not post the lewd image to his Twitter account a fortnight ago that tagged an employee of club sponsor Bupa, but he refused to weigh into whether he knows who is responsible or whether it was him in the photo.
So no deal cut is what they've just said.
So why has he walked? He's puffed, tired, took its toll on family, friends, the club.
Well,
he's done the honourable thing.
It would have been stressful. No
of course it would have been. I don't understand how that works. So I don't have a Twitter account. I've got a Rowey and Timmy Twitter account.
Yeah, you don't.
And someone logged me onto it. I don't have any control.
No, you wouldn't. No, I don't.
So let's just say one S-Row had a few too many Aperols on his boat and took a photo of his nether regions.
Okay. Right.
Yep. Oh, yeah, if you did it, they'll be able to trace it back to you.
And they know.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, the IT people know whether you've been compromised
So
or
if he's
not.
been cleared, he's been cleared.
Correct.
So he didn't take a photo of his nether regions.
No, but he
compromised.
He may well be totally stressed out by the whole saga.
Okay, and we don't know that.
You know what? I don't need this in life.
No.
I'm going to step down.
So there's one clear, simple message. Get off Facebook, get off Twitter.
Yeah.
Has America brought back TikTok?
They did.
Banned it for 12 hours. Yeah, so.
Hey?
Hey, here's, well, hang on. We got a little bit of
Snapchat,
breaking
that's another
news,
one.
A bit of the latest.
Oh, here we go.
Off the press.
Timmy,
Thank
first
you.
Timmy.
Hello.
Thank you.
Come on, Snapchatter.
First for the year. This isn't great news, unfortunately. Power midfielder Willem Drew had a plantar fasciitis release to ease the pain in his foot. Now, for those that don't know that, it's right underneath the arch of your foot. It's painful. It's very painful and hard to get right.
8 weeks.
So, yeah, he's hoping to be back in full training within a month after having that release on Tuesday.
Okay.
With ongoing discomfort in the arch of his foot. He's had a few foot problems in the past. So
he's very important.
This one, vital to us. So he's expected to be available for the pre-season games. So let's hope that that's okay. The games, of course, the match sim against Adelaide up in Mount Barker, Feb 21, and against St Kilda Community Series match, March 1st.
So is there something wrong with the Alberton Oval? Well, Todd Marshall's done an Achilles. He's got a foot problem.
Yeah.
You know what you need to do, you tight asses? Start watering Alberton Oval.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
No, that's not. No,
it's too hard.
Didn't water it in my day.
It's too hard,
no,
Timmy.
You don't need water. You'll be right.
With the news coming up here on 5AA, Todd Lay is going to join us on the other side. An interesting story. As a 12-year-old, he was the #1 junior tennis player in the world, and then it fell off a cliff. We'll find out what happened.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
We chose to use paint professionals because they were referred to us by a previous client who was very impressed with the work that they had done and recommended them highly to us.
Paint professionals turned the job around so quickly from the initial quotation straight through to completion.
Paint professionals provided us with a very professional service. We're extremely happy with the outcome of it.
Painting an entire house or just a room? Make it a great experience with Paint Professionals. Visit paintprofessionals.com.au.
$20,000. Now's your last chance to win it. Edwardstown Mazda's incredible 2024 plate clearance sale is in its final stages with huge factory bonuses and massive discounts. Plus, at Edwardstown Mazda and only Edwardstown Mazda, every purchase sends you straight into the draw to win $20,000. Yep, that's $20,000. Why would you go anywhere else?
It's gotta be
Edwardstown Mazda, the #1 destination for Mazda in SA. T's and C's apply. T24/1786.
A new garage door to your home can improve the street appeal and value of your most prized possession. Call Gliderol now and order a new door and operator before the end of February and receive 2 extra handsets. Plus, we'll take down and remove your existing door at no charge. Call Gliderol now for a free measure and quote on 1300 799 144. Some T's and C's apply. Retail customers only. Call Gliderol today or visit gliderol.com.au.
Are you or someone you know living with epilepsy? 1 in 25 Australians will develop epilepsy at some stage in their lives. The Epilepsy Centre in Adelaide is dedicated to raising awareness in the community to reduce the stigma and create a more welcoming and inclusive society. We do this by providing epilepsy awareness and seizure first aid to people living with epilepsy, their families and friends. Thanks to state government funding, we can offer this education at no cost. For more information, go to epilepsycentre.org.au.
Summer holidays are family days, and if you want to make them a little fancy, you'll find what you need at FIVEAA, your SA family liquor stores. All the classics like bubbles, spirits and beer by the box, to what's hot right now, ginger beers, seltzers, craft beers and gins. You'll find a huge hand-picked selection and you'll always find friendly advice. From the FIVEAA family to your family. Stay safe and enjoy your summer. FIVEAA, your local independent SA family liquor store for over 45 years.
The latest local, national and international news for South Australia. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Down to 16 tonight, partly cloudy tomorrow, 26. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
Enjoy 10-year warranty and capped price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi Nailsworth and the new Agostino Mitsubishi Mawson Lakes.
The federal opposition claims more must be done to stem the tide of anti-Semitism as police investigate whether criminals for hire are behind some recent attacks. The AFP believes people may have been paid to intimidate the Jewish communities of Sydney and Melbourne. They're now trying to work out who is orchestrating the campaign of terror. Liberal leader Peter Dutton says tougher sentencing laws should be introduced to tackle the issue.
This is going to escalate to a point where somebody is going to lose their life. Let's be very clear about it. This is not somebody who has liked a nasty post online. We're talking about a childcare centre being firebombed. It is a terrorist attack.
A disability support service has been handed the largest ever fine for the death of an NDIS participant. The federal court has ordered Valmar to pay $1.9 million. A person at a group home in the ACT died after choking on food. The court found it could have been prevented if proper safety procedures were in place. 3 teenagers have been arrested and charged over a cafe break-in west of the city. The eatery at Alberton was targeted last night. A 16-year-old boy, 17-year-old girl and 18-year-old man charged with serious criminal trespass and theft. The youngest faced court today. The other 2 have been bailed ahead of court appearances in the coming months. US President Donald Trump has announced a new company to bolster private investment in artificial intelligence. The head of an investment banking firm and 2 tech companies have come together to form Stargate, which will pour up to $500 billion US into AI infrastructure over 4 years. Tech expert Trevor Long says it's about boosting technology development in the United States.
They've basically committed to building lots of buildings with computers in them, what we call data centres. And they've already got the biggest computer in the world. They're going to make a bigger one again. And they've committed to doing that in America.
The amount of time children are spending on some platforms has almost doubled since 2020, according to a recent study. TikTok is the most commonly used, with those aged between 4 and 18 spending an average of 117 minutes scrolling the app each day. Korea Global online safety expert Yasmin London says an increase in use can come with added risks.
Particularly when it comes to parent concerns, they're looking at things like exposure to sexual content. They're really quite concerned about anything related to suicide, alcohol and drug use, and of course dangerous challenges that we've seen particularly popular on TikTok. And a lot of the time it is for social media stardom.
Now turning to 5AA sport, and Luke Sayers is stepping down as Carlton president effective immediately after the AFL cleared him of any wrongdoing following an investigation into a lewd photo posted on his social media. Kiara Parker reports from Melbourne.
The AFL has found that Luke Sayers' X account was compromised earlier this month, and he was not responsible for posting a lewd image and tagging an executive of one of the club's corporate partners in it. Once he was made aware of the post, Sayers had it removed and shut down his account. The AFL Integrity Unit has determined that Sayers did not breach AFL rules in connection with the posting of the image. The league says the female executive who was unwittingly tagged in the post has been extremely helpful in their investigation. The club says Sayers will continue to prioritise time with his family as he stands down from the Blues board. In a statement, Sayers says he deeply regrets that many other people have been caught up in this matter and he will now deal with it away from the media spotlight.
Port Adelaide's Willem Drew has undergone a minor foot procedure. The 26-year-old is hoping to return to full training within a month and is expected to be available for pre-season games prior to round 1. Sam Welsford backed up yesterday's Tour Down Under win with another victory in Stage 2. The bikes covered 129 k's today as they crisscrossed the Barossa. And it's a top-of-the-table clash at Hindmarsh tonight. Adelaide United take on Auckland. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Pasadena, got a crash, Goodwood Road near Grandview Drive. Regency Park, another collision. Regency Road near South Road. And more for Valk delays clearing after an LA collision, Main South Road near Hillier Road. Torrens Park, road damage following a burst water main. Blythewood Road near Scots College. And a camera tonight, mate, Terrace at Lockleys. Great Southern RV Adelaide has launched the new Avita Explorer LX campervan, a 4x4 off-grid motorhome for quality Avita motorhomes. Visit avitarv.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Down to 16 tonight, partly cloudy tomorrow 26, Friday mostly sunny 28, mostly sunny and 29 on Saturday, up to 35 on Sunday. Right now it's 25 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
In your suburb.
Good evening from Port Noarlunga.
Across your state.
A sombre scene here in Bordertown tonight.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
We begin with breaking news tonight.
South Australian parents urged to be extra vigilant.
Because your home is our home. Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA, always Adelaide. Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back. 6 minutes after 6 here on this Wednesday evening. We have time still for your calls on the show, so get involved. 8223 0000 and a $50 Powers voucher to give away.
Yeah, looking forward to this.
No, we are. Todd Lay's in the studio. Todd Lay Smashed. It's an autobiographical expose, is what they said to me, from a 12-year-old that was number one at the time on the planet. He went from Grand Slams, it says, to the gutter. It's a great read. We could not put this down, Timmy. It's in all good bookstores. It's a UP publication. It's a paperback. He joins us now. Todd, how are you?
Thank you very much for having me.
Now,
thanks for that car space down the bottom there.
Yeah.
I am from Adelaide, by the way.
Yeah.
So have you read the book?
Yeah, Timmy, I have, but no, I've had a few gins, okay?
Oh,
so don't judge me.
Because I am from Adelaide. I thought I was from Melbourne originally. Okay.
So,
just
Timmy,
we're out
there. G'day, Todd. Hey, what are you doing? You're doing a tour for the book. What brings you to Adelaide?
I'm 5 minutes up the road.
He said, I live 5 minutes up the road.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he said, did you do the state? We have read it.
Read it well.
Hey, I had a coach, an ex-coach, and he loved this saying, raw talent is not enough. Do you subscribe to that?
Do I subscribe to, what is it? Is Raw Talent?
Raw Talent. That is what you had.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I had a lot. That sounds arrogant, but I don't know. I mean, Raw Talent, is it enough? It's a lot. It's probably not enough. It depends on where you want to get to, where you're going.
Yeah.
Maybe enough in some fields, but in other fields, probably not.
Okay.
I don't know. That's a bit of a open one.
Yeah.
You know?
So the book, who inspired you? Was it just you woke up one morning and said, I'm going to pen this, I'm going to try and help someone?
Nah.
No?
Honestly, for a long time, I was struggling with my life. And I was with a friend a lot, and we basically were writing this TV show for a while. We're trying to get it off the ground, but I wasn't, weren't really able to make it happen. And I was away with a kid that I was training at the time, and it was the first period of my life for a long time where I'd been sort of sober. And so when I was away on this trip, I wrote this, what do they call them, like a one-pager for a TV show.
Yep.
And there was this competition going on for people to pitch TV shows to production companies and like sort of TV networks.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'll write this. And so sort of wrote up this one-pager, and then weirdly enough got sort of asked to be able to pitch it to these people. And then I was pitching this show to these production companies and TV networks. And a lot of them, surprisingly, were very sort of interested in the pitch that I was giving.
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's sort of interesting, and it seemed like it was about to sort of take shape. But COVID happened, and a few other things sort of happened, and then I thought, well, while I'm sort of getting, I'm waiting around, I wrote that instead.
Tell you what,
and that TV show, was it Tennis Parents?
Tennis Parents, yeah, Tennis Parent, yeah.
The book smashed. It says tennis prodigies, parents, and parasites. It exposes the experience of an elite child athlete, but the devastating ramifications that can lead into adulthood. My question would be, we've heard a lot about, and it's not just tennis, the Yelena Dokic special's out tonight, Unbreakable. That's probably a real extreme version of what can happen with intense scrutiny on you. Agassi went through stuff, Capriati, we know that. But it also applies to probably any child in any field, child stars in Hollywood. You've got the EPL scouting kids at 12 years of age and the like. So when does it become almost child abuse, if you like, rather than letting them have a childhood? What's more important as far as becoming the best at something in the world, or actually having that childhood at the same time?
I think, like, as society, we've sort of like sanctioned these sporting freak shows. Like, so if we go to the Olympics, right, and there's a 14-year-old going for gold and she's about to go on the blocks, everyone wants to watch it, me included. Like,
we just had young Arissa True win a gold medal.
The younger they are, the more interested the public is. And they're like, it's sort of great.
Because it's pure, isn't it? They haven't stuffed up yet and they haven't achieved yet.
Well,
we're intrigued.
But what makes a 13-year-old, 14-year-old get to that position? Like, she didn't just sort of wander there.
No.
And that's the thing that no one's really curious about. And then all of a sudden, a decade and a half later, when she's sort of going off the rails, or he's going off the rails, well, then the public are going like, what's sort of wrong with these people? Why are they behaving like that? Yet there's no real curiosity towards the backstory of why, what has made this person, what is actually making these people behave like that? There seems to be no real interest, and everyone's quick to sort of point the finger, and that was a thing that sort of irritated me. And are you actually interested in knowing, or you just sort of want to be ignorant? And I think most people are just sort of happy just
point the finger.
I'm
a finger pointer, so who were they pointing at? Were they pointing it at you or your parents?
Who's that?
Well, with your scenario, you
know.
Well,
I think, again, like the tennis industry, or like a lot of industries, it's like, well, if you don't make it, it's your fault. And then if you mention anything about the stuff that's actually happened to you, well, now you're just complaining.
Yes.
And it's like, well, who's actually to say that I've actually wanted to do what I'm doing? Like, as adults, it's not a malicious thing, but people are corrupt, and they have
self-interests.
Yes, exactly right. They have their own things that they're dealing with, and human beings
agendas
are flawed people. That we're not exactly all whole. So it's a very natural thing for a child to do well in life. Like, I'm taking my 3.5-son-year-old out at the moment to hit tennis, and he's incredible. And the thoughts that go through my mind where I want to go with it is just like ludicrous. I'm already seeing myself at the Wimbledon, the US Open Players Box. Like, it's just very, again, that's been my environment. That's very natural for me. But it's like, if you're not sort of aware of that, well, it's very easy to then guise what you're doing under this impression that
you've seen this movie before.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no excuses for you now.
No, that's exactly right. That's why I'm also outing myself, because it's like...
well done.
It's a fine line, you know, like, again, that...
Has it been therapy for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Well, again, it's like, well, not really many people want to sort of hear and talk about this stuff. And after my tennis sort of cataclysmically, sort of, like it said, ended in the gutter, it's sort of treated like, well, the best way to go about this is we just don't talk about it. And then if we just don't talk about it, well, then it's just not real. And so I sort of had to walk off a lot of the stuff that happened to me for a long period of my life. And that was that was a very painful experience. That was no merry-go-round. So yeah, I've had to go to very strange places and very unique people to be able to actually be honest about some of the stuff that's happened to me. Yeah.
Todd, in the book, what I was very intrigued by again was through experiences, you put it into like either a receipt or an invoice or a bill, and I
very clever.
Can't read it all out on air, but basically the cause and effect, and you've put other words to that, but you said like cause, isolating environment, the effect, and overwhelmed by life, extreme loneliness, lack of discernment, coming across as a F-wit, all these things, social deprivation, fear of people, social anxiety, lack of connection.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah, because it's in your book.
Yeah, that's right.
But those things, I thought, what a great way of explaining what the experience that happened to you, what that outcome was. I thought that was really clever the way you did that throughout the book.
Thank you. Yeah.
But that's also very concerning for a child. And that's where I go, how do we protect kids to perhaps be a certain age before they go to that serious a commitment? Because it's so regimented, it's so intense. You don't know what you're experiencing until later.
That's right, yeah. I've always experienced everything in delay.
Yeah.
I've realised everything about my life after the fact.
Yeah.
After the door sort of hit me on the arse on the way out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is right that you don't really know what's sort of going on at that present time, and you figure out a lot in hindsight. So I don't exactly have a lot of answers to the stuff that I'm talking about. What I'm purely doing is laying out the devastation and the stuff that has happened to me, and that has happened to a lot of other people that I've seen, worked with. I've been around it, in it, under it, everywhere you can be. And I don't have any answers to this stuff. So all I'm doing is making sure that people, when they get into this thing, they understand what they're getting themselves into, and then from there, it's completely up to everyone's. I'm not here to tell you what to do, what not to do. I don't believe. I categorically disagree with all that.
You've
stuff.
had enough of that.
Yeah. Telling people what to do is, for me, when anyone does that for me, I'm going the other way. It's taken me a long time. Just overcoached. There's a lot of shoulds in society. Should be this, should do that, shouldn't do this. But, no.
Who let you down, Todd?
Who let me down? That's a interesting way of putting it. Who let me down?
Well, did you let yourself down?
Did I let myself down?
Did your parents let you down?
I don't think it's that clean cut.
Okay.
You know, like, that's a very... I don't think things are that clean cut. It's very... It's
trying to simplify.
This is a very murky affair.
Okay.
Where, like, you know, like I was saying before, I think people have the greatest interests at heart, but the more that you invest into something, the more that you want to return on the thing, and then you forget that the thing that you're investing in is a child. And that's
that cuts.
That's different. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's like
you're
wrong, this is bad. I've also done some of the stuff that I'm talking about. I've tried to sort of gain part of my own respect through working with other children and writing that as well. And so I'm no better than anyone else, but it took me a while to go,
share your learnings.
I'm a heathen like everyone else.
Yeah.
You know?
Has your family read the book? Has your dad read the book? There's some interesting things about your dad and what he did.
Yeah. Have they read it? I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know. My dad's in a dementia ward now. That was a very difficult experience and time. And dementia's a difficult thing.
It is.
And he's a difficult man. And he was an incredible man as well. And my family, I'm not sure who's read what. I don't know.
Did they help write it, or is it all you?
Oh no, there's no. There's
you.
no. Yeah, that's what.
It's Todd Lay.
That's it. Yeah.
Todd, who would you like to read it if out there?
I sent it to a couple people initially. They were tennis players that I felt may be able to get something from that. I'm not going to mention who they were.
No.
And then apart from that, really, I was just again, I don't want to be like a salesman with a brochure here. Like,
it doesn't come across as that.
Oh, no,
this is you.
There's no target audience. I haven't gone like this. Here's a target audience, and here's how you.
This is
sell it.
heartfelt.
That's what I mean. So this is again, in comparison to a lot of the stuff that I believe is out there, it comes across as very harsh. But that's just because a lot of the stuff that you read is fluff.
Yep.
It's polished, and you know, I don't think everything needs a ribbon on it.
Yeah.
And my life hasn't had that. So for me, it's being the responsibility is to myself about what I'm writing, and then whatever anyone takes from it, they take from it.
Well done.
Tennis prodigies.
Yes.
Parents, I know who they are. Who are the parasites?
Everyone, all the journalists I speak to, they ask that. Who are the parasites? That's an interesting one.
Don't look at me, Todd.
No, yeah.
I'm a booer.
No.
Todd, I boo. I judge. And
What do you mean, boo and judge? Point finger.
Oh, yeah. I'm bad.
I know, but everyone's got an opinion.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Like that's okay.
Yeah.
You're entitled to. People are entitled to their opinions.
Yeah.
Like, I think
parasites are feeding off something else.
Absolutely. Yeah. No. So there's a lot of people that are around this industry that are sort of like sporting groupies, and they haven't quite been able to sort of get there themselves. So they sort of see that where's their. Not again. I don't know if it's quite sort of consciously, but this is like a tour where you get to relive, you know, part of your youth by jumping on this thing, this wagon that just takes you all around the world. It's like a 5-star tour.
Yeah.
And wow, who wouldn't want to get on that? I just saw it there on the TV. It looks incredible, and it is an unbelievable thing to get on. So, you know, again, opportunists. They're everywhere.
So
yeah, absolutely.
Entourages as such, like there was that TV show Entourage.
Hanger Honourers.
They you know, they
Elvis movie all about the entourage.
They jump on, and then basically for me, like, you know, once I stopped, it was about 14 years of just sort of like this.
Okay. What happened?
Huh? They're all gone. A lot of them are gone. The money's gone. They're all gone.
Yeah.
Where to? What? I don't know where I am. And now it's sort of survival mode. And that guy's number doesn't go through. You know, and that's just it's considered normal. You know, and it's like
sounded like a lonely place for you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So the only people that really understood me afterwards were the people that had sort of
lived a similar
suffered. It didn't need to be necessarily that, but people who had gone through something that was that didn't tickle. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Todd Lay, smash. It's in all good bookstores. It is a fantastic read. So just in closing, to make it in tennis, is it nearly impossible now to end up a U? If that's not being rude, but you know, you were a prodigy, and
is it nearly impossible to end up me?
A you or a Nick Kyrgios?
I don't quite sure I get the question.
Well, not many end up Djokovic,
like
a Rafa, and all of that, and
not come through unscathed.
No, that's right. Yeah, you were a child prodigy. We've seen them and heard of them, and we hear and see the pressures, and it's all put here in your book.
Yeah.
We don't get to see the yous.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Now we're seeing you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. How are you going? I think in the book it said something like reassembling yourself. Are you reassembling yourself?
Yeah, I am, and this releasing of this is been incredible for me to be able to come in here and talk and speak to you guys. And I'm not a people person. I don't like people.
That's a trust fact that you've lost.
I just don't really have. You know, not like in a way of I'm better than them or something like this. We just don't really. I don't have much in common with the normal man. I'm not your regular guy from next door. I'm just not. That hasn't been my world. So
yeah, but you'd have mates.
No, I don't. No, I don't really like.
Have a partner?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Well, that's
and I have a son. Like that's enough. Like, but I forgot the question.
Yeah.
What was it?
Are you reassembling yourself?
Oh yeah.
Well, and not other people come.
Yeah, absolutely.
He said about does any tennis player not come through unscathed? You know, it's probably impossible.
No. I mean, it's very rarely. Very rarely. It's an extreme sport.
You still look hurt to me.
You look hurt as well sitting there. Look at you. I reckon you're more hurt than me. I reckon I'm doing all right. What do I look like? I fucking reckon I look all right.
Don't attack me.
Good.
Todd,
What do you mean I look
you
hurt?
wrote the book.
I did write the book.
Yeah.
But also remember this, I've been writing this for 5 years. That's 5 years ago.
Yes.
So do you know how long 5 years is?
Yeah.
Look at me.
You look healthy.
I look,
well, we had Val was in here and he had gin. There was a time.
I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I'm a recovering alcoholic. So
That's what I'm saying.
Let's get that away from me. But no, I don't mean hurt. Like all I'm doing is I don't get the. I'm interested.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh well, the title is smashed. We've read it.
Yeah, but that's what happens.
So my question was: are you reassembling yourself? Are you healthy and you're happy? And you say you are, and then you say you don't have any friends. And
But that for me,
that's just who you are.
Yeah, exactly. Like you got to understand. Like for me, having friends was stigmatized as wrong and bad. Because
really, who would teach you that?
Well, exactly. This is an individual sport, so access to the outside world is going to disrupt. You've done a good job of reading this book. You got to read it more, hey, and then you'll understand. Yeah. So,
what are you saying? I didn't read it.
No, you didn't read it.
Well,
so if like in an individual sport, if you're mixing with regular folk, they're going to disrupt the Grand Slam plans.
Okay.
So, and then also like in the tennis sphere, if you're the people that you're friends with are also your competitors. So it's a very, isolated
Maybe
existence.
I don't get it.
Yeah. No. So for me, being alone is normal and healthy. So that's just
again
me.
Part of that whole journey.
Well, it is a great read. Todd Lay, Smashed Tennis Prodigy Parents and Parasites. It is a UP publication. You can get it in all good bookstores. And mate, we thank you for coming in. And I am so sorry that I didn't realise that you lived 5 minutes from this studio.
You're forgiven.
Thank you, Todd. Well done.
And Leith on the text line has already said he's bought a copy, so you're off to a fly there, Todd.
Well done. Yeah.
25 minutes after 6.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Hi, Graham Goodings here. This Friday I'll be broadcasting live at the grand opening of Nonna's Cucina Cafe for 5AA Mornings. Join me for some delicious food, coffee and plenty of fun to celebrate what this iconic South Australian organisation does, delivering meals and kindness to those who need it most. Come down, say hello. Also find out how you can volunteer to help deliver meals and brighten someone's day. I'll see you this Friday, Nonna's Cucina Cafe, 30 Lyons Road, Holden Hill, from 9 a.m.
Honda's huge stock clearance is on now. This is your chance to unlock great offers across the entire range at Formula Honda, Glen Osmond and Modbury. From free scheduled services to price reductions on selected build years. There's a Formula Honda offer for everyone. Don't wait. Hurry into Formula Honda at Glen Osmond Road, Glen Osmond or North East Road, Modbury to find your perfect Honda. Offer excludes additional maintenance work or items. See honda.com.au for terms and conditions.
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family-owned and operated, because it's personal.
Look at your hands. 5 digits, 14 joints, 27 bones, multiple tendons and nerves, but a lot can go wrong. If you're experiencing hand pain, it can drastically affect your lifestyle. If it's happening to you, get in touch with GRIP, a specialised hand and wrist practice with a team of highly qualified hand surgeons and therapists. From therapy to surgery, GRIP can help you get to the source of the pain and provide a solution. Visit gripsurgery.com.au.
Discover the world like never before with Azamara Cruises and Phil Hoffman Travel. Explore the timeless charm of Europe or the wonders of Asia and Australia with unique itineraries, longer stays and more overnights, giving you more time to connect with each destination. Receive up to $1,000 onboard credit per suite on select itineraries in 2025 with 9-night cruises starting from $4,509 per person. Offer ends 31st of March. Visit pht.com.au.
When you think of single malt Scotch whisky, you might imagine Scotland's green hills, her fresh babbling brooks, and rows of oak barrels. But you can get the same feeling right here in Adelaide when you walk down the aisles at Powell's. Sam and Jamie from Parafield Airport Liquor Store know every drop on the shelf. They can guide you through Scotland's best whisky labels and the best from around the globe, all under one roof. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Powell's, next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Hi, I'm Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. We're finding Adelaide is attracting people not only for its events and festivals, but for the long term, whether they're investing or making the move here. Last year, a significant number of our buyers came from interstate or overseas, making this an ideal time to showcase your home to a wider audience. At Toop and Toop, we have proven strategies to connect your property with the right buyers and ensure no opportunity is missed. Visit toop.com.au. Toop and Toop, Adelaide's trusted real estate advisors.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Welcome back at 28 minutes after 6. Of course, in the Big Bash, it is the second final tonight. David Warner up against Glenn Maxwell.